good player. Egan's
Indeed.
not a bad player. So you're saying Macedon are your favourite for the day?
I do like them. On the Diggers side of the equation, you're right about Laurie. I've seen him move around to almost anywhere on the field and see to have an impact and an effective impact on wherever he is. He's actually an extremely valuable utility aspect for the team. But this is a game where the previous time we saw them, Lobb didn't play. Now, I'm hoping with Lobb back into the actual game itself, and I'm looking out there at the moment. I can see a player that looks like Lobb giving direction, so we're hoping he's back out there, because I think this will add another another bow in the string.
They've got two hairless players.
Yeah, that's it. They're astutely challenged across the board, aren't they?
Freeth is another one that hasn't got a long hair.
And he's an effective player too. We often get him a bit mixed up with a few others as well.
Well, they're the dandruff boys, aren't they? The two hairless fellas.
they're head and tails above the rest, David.
Let's just... is that what that's called? I thought it was head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders.
Let's paint the scene for the people at home watching it on video who won't be able to see the whole ground. But the ground is bathed in sunlight. There's a few clouds out to the south, but doesn't look too dangerous. I don't think we're going to get any rain in the near future.
Nothing foreboding, David. I think we're up for potentially a rain-free day.
And the umpires have assembled. Good luck to those boys as well, and congratulations to them for being chosen to appear today. I think the RNFL would be really happy about the turnout today. Yeah,
that's correct. Look, the toss has been made. Both teams are making their way out. This is moving quickly, folks. They're getting ready. There's a bit of tension around the ground here as this is building for an absolute ripper. Diggers rest. They're heading down to, I think it's the eastern... Sorry, the western side. That's the end without that wind-like challenge. And Macedon will be going to our left here up towards that eastern side.
Okay, so Cook is a goal kicker. He's gone down to that end, as you astutely point out. And we're just about ready for a start, which is going to be a few minutes early if it goes in that direction.
Yeah, they're actually, it's great to see. Everyone's extremely organised here. They've actually done a great job facilitating the site. And a quick shout out to the staff here at Wood End who have done an excellent in getting us prepared. So thanks, team.
And you wouldn't be surprised by this, would you? We got a car parking spot inside the ground.
Indeed, we've been looked after.
Excellent work. So we're all ready for a big clash today, and what a thrilling challenge for the boys out there. And we wish them all the best today for a big clash.
Indeed. Krul head down there as the full back for Diggers, watching him with great interest to see if he can shut down his opposition. There's a myriad of positions we're seeing around here where players are prepping themselves for Securio here. We can see him close on by. He's up against there with Sims from Macedon. That's going to be a terrific little battle there. So there's going to be some battles within a greater battle, David.
It will be. Well, here it goes. It's almost ready. The umpire is looking for the timekeepers. He's checking that everybody's in position and ready to go. And we've got the camera right on them, ready to get this match underway.
Both goal umpires have just indicated that they're ready to go, David.
And the captains have said, and there's the timekeeper signal. Matt, the first throw up for the semi-final.
Up it goes there, tap back down. Macedon's win there, quickly backwards there if they could too. Hoyle tried to get that away, but the whistle's been blown. It's a free kick, I think, to the big man. So, no, it'll come back to Hoyle. I think there was a bit of a high tackle. So it's slow to get back to him because Diggers a chance to actually man up. Kick wide there, looking for number 11. Oh, stolen play there by Diggers as they come down to their forward line. Attempted mark and lead. It's been dropped and a chance to rappel back out for Macedon onto the far side there. The bodies are diving in hard there to try and get it out, but it's moving quickly. Over the top it goes, out the back there, and it's Diggers who make again the attack going foil. I think that was Laurie there who kicked that out. Kicking to the top of the circle there. They can't get hold of it. A tap back down. The umpire throws his hands up. It's a chance for Macedon to work it out if they can, but wrapped up near the boundary line. And what we've got here is a ball up inside that first attacking 50, David.
Yes, well, it is pretty torrid for a start. They've run into each other a bit, but the ball is down in the Diggers'
forward line
in the forward pocket, just near the Checker Steel scoreboard. Checker Steel, a icon in country footy, of course. And the ball's gone to the ground there. The ruck contest didn't prove anything. It's another scrimmage, and the umpire will come in and try and get the game underway again.
Yeah, that's Walker in there trying to get his hands on the ball. He was second two at that time, but he's a down and under player too. We'll see more of him. Up it goes from the umpire. The rucks jump up, push there. Yep, a favour there of Macedon, and they get a get out of jail free there as they come out. If they're not careful though, they've been forced to take it back there. That's Dyer again. He's having some success in the ruck contest at the moment. He handballs off to a running support defender, comes out wide, finding number 2 there in Bullis. He has the ball now and looking down the ground. Diggers have done a great job here of locking up a defensive line. Number 8 here at the back with a great mark here for Karunia. That was brilliant. He timed that and almost scheduled that better than a Qantas flight. It was brilliantly done.
Caruana, what a good name as well. And he's within kicking distance. Is he? Well, I just can't see.
He is in a good line here, David. He's got a little bit of an angle. That the camera work you should be able to see is excellent there. Yes, the wind has died down suddenly to support him. Nope, it's off the right of the side of the boot there, and he's not going to trouble anyone except for a couple of picnickers in a car on the side.
That's a Toyota, by the way.
That's Kilmore and Seymour Toyota will look after that if there's any issues, but I doubt it would have been damaged.
So the ball in the forward pocket, it was out of bounds on the full, kicked across goal onto the other side of the ground. A man standing on his own, and now transported it to the half-back flank. Good contest. Well, went to the ground. Macedon going hard for the footy there. They got possession of the footy. I think the umpire says, take it, son. And he's kicked it across the face of goal to a man standing on his own mat.
That's Wilton there. He has that in a defensive back pocket area. A short pass. It's lobby. It's not good, though. Mate. Gives a chance now for Diggers to turn this around. They handball inwardly. Number 7 steps around there. Handballs off again. And an impossible to miss goal there. Number 21, I think that was Lawton. And he pops through our first for the day. And the first blood goes there to Diggers Rest, and by our indication, that's 1 goal, 6 to no score so far, obviously, for Macedon, and that's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard here today.
Well, the good piece of play there came from Jensen, who got through 2 players to get the handball away to a man running into an open goal. We've seen Jensen before. He's a vigorous and good player. Yeah,
and I like the fact that how Diggers was able to set up that defensive wall to keep the ball locked in their attacking area. But here we go, back in the middle. Can Macedon respond?
Here it is, ruck throw up, and Dyer again got his hand to the footy first, went to the deck, and that might have been a high tackle. The umpire said get on with it. It's gone down to the centre half forward for the Borough. The Borough go in again. They can't get possession of the footy. We've got our own Bermuda Triangle with the coaches box.
It's the smallest one, and it's just behind it, isn't it? You can see it probably better on the tally there for itself.
Yes, I can.
Now the umpire will take this for a ball up. He's got every man and his dog around this one. There's hardly anyone else in their own zoned areas. Up it goes. Dyer pushes off there, but that's a win to Diggers there for number 24, Egan. He's now starting to assert himself in the centre. We'll have a second ball up, and we'll see how Egan goes. He's got a lovely, I think, possibly peroxided blonde flash of hair.
Peroxide's been out there, hasn't it?
It has.
The big throw up and the ball on the deck. Somebody coming out with it. No, they can't get it out. That's a scrimmage. It's battle. Oh, that ball is handball backwards. It's gone now to the Macedon boy who got it away.
That was right. Yep.
Wright's kicked it out towards the centre wing, and the umpire is saying that's a free kick.
Now that's the 4th free kick that Macedon's got now in a row, pretty much. But it shows that the integrity that the vigour of the Diggers Rest is pretty intense. It's just they're not very clean with it. A long kick down the wing finds a tailored mark there in number 24 there. That's Kernan. He's looking down potentially for Knox if he can find him. The kick's it's a shocker. Straight to number 27. That's Hine there in defence, and he'll have that, David, to bring back down the ground.
There he is. Half-back flank goes along that centre wing, and that's a mark. And
I think that might be the Schwarzenberg there, David.
Yeah. Well, they got possession of the footy again, Matt. Half-back flank. And what's he doing? He's looking across the ground. Will he go across the ground? No, that's a very nice kick. 50 metres perhaps up to the
that's
flank.
A great... Oh, he dropped it.
Didn't drop it. It didn't mark it. They've brought it out again in the Cats. The Cats have sent it back to where it came from, half-back flank now. And that's a left footer across the wing.
That was Laurie.
Yes, Laurie's not a bad player. Have they got the footy still? Yes, they have. He's kicked it high in here and the wind's got it, circling it. And that's a mark, I think, out there.
Yeah, it's strong mark there in defence there for Macedon. A bit of baseline football going on here. Handball off there for a quick chance to go across the ground. And look here for number 6 here there in Hildebrand. He's by himself. Quick hands off. This is fast movement by Macedon. That's 37 there in Collins. He finds support player there on the wing that kicks a shocker again, and it turns back over. They're not careful, though, here, Riddle. middle that'll get locked up. But they do get it out now, and they're running away with it. This is the fast Diggers that we know about them. At the back there, number 7, Hunting, and he's found it there in Jensen. Jensen out the back there, opportunistic, well placed, and read that better as a long kick down. Probably utilised the wind, and now has him lining up for a shot, David.
Well, he's proving to be an influential player early in the game. First goal came from a piece of handball by him, and now he's within scoring distance on the northern side, the southern side of the ground, just in front of the Chinker Steel scoreboard. Here he goes. He's taking his time. That's not a bad-looking kick.
Yeah, they like that, David. The umpire did his own diversion of yoga, bent backwards, greeted the sun, and gave it 2 fingers. That's a goal.
That is a goal, and that is an important one for them. That's a handy break at this early stage of the game. And Jensen, as I pointed out, is proving to be an influential player. But what a good kick out of defence to get it all that way down there to him at the back of the pack. Yeah,
Macedon's going to be concerned about how quickly they transition. Diggers move the ball down. It is very fast. It is very accurate, and it's very clean.
I think they've learned a lesson about 12-metre kicks.
Yeah.
And they've kicking out of defence has been pretty good. So there it is, back in the centre of the ground, Dyer, and Egan go for the footy, going out the back, and that's a hard hit.
On Egan.
He's taken a big knock there, gone to the deck. They're out in front of it. They're out chasing it onto the wing now, going towards the boundary line, and the boundary umpire has said, I'll throw this one in, folks.
I'm not sure where Laurie is playing, but he was quickly to get into the middle there too to assist for Diggers, so he's going to have another influence on that centre area.
That's Annie.
Yeah. Annie Laurie.
Yeah. Thank you.
Up it comes in.
A big boundary throw in, and the rucks again. Egan got it down, I think, out the front of the pack, and they're running towards the boundary line. It's probably going to go over again, I think, and the umpire signals that's the case.
Right into the Toyota sign there. So there's a chance there. So, again, Diggers looking a little bit more effective with their ball control, David.
They are. I think they're on top at this stage, but it's a long way to go, Matt.
Yep.
That's a good boundary throw in, went to the front of the pack. Down on the ground, scrimmage.
That's Laurie.
Beautifully. That's a nice piece of work, but they got, what do you call that when they hit it, before you kick it? It's gone down to the forward line. A big pack rise for the footy. No mark possible there. Number 9's come out with that Cookie, the goal kicker.
Cookie, the chef.
He's the goal kicker, the chef as we call him.
The master chef.
Well, yes. And what's her name? The English lady that's out here. She'd be
well, I can't remember her name, but she's
doesn't matter, but it's a goal right through the centre there, and that's 6 points to Macedon. Come just the right time because it's levelled.
No, it's
levelled the activity, mate.
Yes, indeed. 1 goal, 6 Macedon to 2 straight goals to Digger. So the Borough's up by 6 points here, but that's got to give a confidence boost to Macedon that they can push this forward and get an effective goal out of against a...
What that says to me, it's possible to kick goals from a fair way out in that pocket.
It is indeed. Even though you might hear the wind force with the ambient noise, up it goes there, up they jump. But it's probably Egan a little bit too early on that one. Goes straight into a Digger's hands, but they're wrapped up faster than a Valentine's present, and so we'll have a second throw up here, just pretty much a metre or two from where the first one was. Up it goes. Egan pushing it back there. He won that one, but it's Macedon who get it away. Back into their inside their attacking 50. No one can keep their feet. At the second chances now, the defenders come in en masse. It gets wrapped up right in front of the goal here, and a real opportunity for Macedon to draw parity.
Just about 15 metres out from the goal, directly in front, and an opportunity to score. Can they get it away? Waiting for the field umpire to chuck it in the air. There he does. A good ruck contest. Ball came out the back. The Borough went for it. They've got the footy. No, they haven't.
Kick off.
13 has kicked it, and that's Sims.
That's Sims. Only for a minor score, though.
No, it's out of bounds.
Down the forward. Didn't even score. Didn't register. Okay.
But that was an opportunity, and they'd be happy to have that opportunity. It's down in the back pocket now. Kicked across goal. He's kicked it 45 or 50 metres, though, out on the other side of the ground. That's, I don't know who that is, mate. He's kicked it up towards the half-forward flank for the Borough, gone towards the boundary line. They've still got possession of the footy, running onto it now. He's taking his time. He doesn't know exactly what to do, and that's an ordinary-looking kick, and he's picked out a Macedon defender.
Probably took too much time there too. Unfortunate for Macedon, that a man inside the gap there in the middle, a bit of no man's land, but it became beneficial.
That's Hildebrand.
That's Hildebrand kicking deep and long, but down to no one in particular, and that's a poor choice of location because now that baseline football starts again. Another short kick here. That's advantageous. It comes off. Quick running play here by Diggers. Call sign of the way that they play football. Here's a contest. Out the back, no one could hold that. Chance to run on for number 6 there, and Hildebrand again. But it turns back over to Diggers. They've turned it over as well, and it gets too high there. A quick play on opportunity. Oh, and a strong mark there. That's Knox there in the back line, David, I think.
What's he doing up there? The Fort Knox. That's the saver of the day by the Bendigo Bank.
That's indeed.
That's Barnett that's got it. Barnett from Macedon bringing it around the wing. What's happening there, man?
He's just slowed it down here a little bit. Now he's kicking. The wind's moving it around like you wouldn't believe. 2 on 1. Punch out the back there. That's a win there for Macedon for sure. The targets that they're choosing aren't always the best ones. They're going for players who are either outnumbered.
That's one of the Delahaye's for Macedon that put it over the line there, and we're still wondering whether he's the brother of the fellow from Diggers.
Yeah, if the Delahaye's are related. In it comes there from the boundary.
Well done.
Push off there. No one got a free on that one. Coming through there was 30. That was stalled. He was hard and lined, but he couldn't get through and got wrapped up again, and then we'll have a ball up on the forward flank here by Macedon, in a good space at the moment. A chance here to draw parity if they can get a goal out of this one. So we'll watch as it goes up. There it goes. No one got that one. That was free. Hit the ground, dive on top, and David, I reckon we'll get a second. Here we go. Yep, another one again.
We hope so. Another scrimmage, and the body works pretty hard, isn't it? You got to get a pretty strong body to participate.
That says both ruckmen are too bothered about each other rather than about the ball, but now they'll go the ball.
That's a push in the back.
Yeah. Very well called, David. It was holding there, so it's a free for the Diggers.
Into the centre of the ground. That's a mark.
That's Dick.
That's the other man. It's Barra, mate.
Yep. Oh, sorry, that's not. That's Tyquin.
And ball gone back into the forward line now, and that's a long kick, and he's got it again. That's a mark.
Yep, that's number 7 again. That's Jensen, I think.
That's a decent sort of a mark, but what a long kick to get it down there, and that's the way to do it, folks.
His body language is looking like he's trying to find a target to go for rather than go for goal, but he's stepping. There's a whistle blow and a blood rule here.
Blood rule.
So we've got a player coming up that could be either Croft or Freth, depending on the astuteness. Off he comes now there too. Was that Lob?
Lob, I think.
That's Lobby.
It is.
Yep.
The coach.
That's the captain coach there.
Somebody's got him. So Jensen's got the footy in the forward pocket, only about 25 metres from goal.
Very tough angle though.
Bit of an angle. We'll see how good he is at it though. He's an influential player, as we've pointed out several times now. He's coming in for the kick, and not a bad looking effort, by the way.
Oh,
not a bad looking effort.
Jeez.
And how do you like that, sir? Because that's just class, isn't it?
Yeah, look, a lot of people ask questions about accuracy with kicking for goal kickers and say, it's only one job they've got to do. That was a tough job, but he did it very well.
And it came again from a long, long kick down the ground, didn't it?
Yeah, this is where I think Diggers are utilising, if there is a wind breeze there or that quick running game, a kick that goes across the different lines of defence out the back there, and that forward line is potential with tall markers. So
he's been involved in all 3 goals.
Yeah, I think that's why Knox is down there to negate that possibly, if that's where I did see Knox before.
Not sure, but we'll find out as the game progresses. There it is in the centre of the ground. Macedon got the knockout, but it went to the ground, and man trying to run through with it. Tackled too early, but the umpire says, I'm going to throw this up and get the game started.
That was Baggs who had him wrapped up.
Baggs, sure. There he goes. Baggs, is that his real name?
That's his real name, Baggs. He's done a great job.
His Dyer's back in the ruck now. Got it away with a double-hander. 15 pushed it down the ground. That was Dick, his ex-Carlton player. Ball's now out in the hands of 28. That's Fogarty. Fogarty has brought it back onto this side of the ground.
That's McMahon, I think.
They got possession of the footy. Out on the half-back flank on the northern side of the ground. That's along the boundary line. That's a nice-looking kick, nice trajectory, and that's
a top mark there. That's Wallace.
That's a very
no, Wallace. That's cruel. That was a top mark.
It's a cruel thing to do to the opposition. He's marked that beautifully, I reckon. That's another 50 or 60 metre kick. That's the way to do it too. The defence have got it though.
Man in front, well played.
That's a very nice mark. That's Hoyne. He's a good player, Hoyne. We've seen him before do good things. Out into the back pocket on the other side of the ground now in front of the scoreboard. Going along the wing towards the centre wing. Out the back of the pack. The Macedon boys got it, but it's over the line and out of bounds.
So a bit of reprieve here. A few boys will be catching their breath. This ball is moving around the ground quickly. the on-ballers are going to have a hard time keeping this level of effort up. Lobbs prepped himself and has got himself a bandage. He looks like the mummy. He'll be looking to come back on. Quick knockout there at the back, and it's a chance here for Macedon to run onto it. Numbers favour them, but they've not maximised it, and they've locked the ball up for another ball up. We hope Lobby's okay there, but it looks like it's going to have an impact on his breathing capability, so we'll see how he comes back on the ground. Meanwhile, it's a real man-up approach here. Everyone's covering each other, both defensively. Up it goes there. Tap down by Dyer. Great effort there. Quick kick out there by Macedon up the ground. Oh, clean pick up there by Macedon as they come out wide there. There's an opportunity. There was a free kick there for an incorrect disposal. So trying to back himself through there now, and looks like Hildebrand possibly there.
It's Delahaye that's got it.
Oh, Delahaye. Quick short pass there into the middle. Finds support. Here's that long kick, David, you're talking about. Out the back there's Macedon and better
That's
red.
a mark.
Yeah, well done there. That's 27 there in Wilton.
Ball's gone around the other side of the ground, half-back flank. And mark to Macedon. The Cats have got it again, half-back flank. But can they do something? Kicked it into the centre of the ground.
That's Sims.
Sims again, he's handed the ball a couple of times, so they're messing around with it a bit, aren't they? He's gone backward 20 metres, and now along the centre wing. Is there a player there for it? No, there's not. The defender ran onto it for the Borough, pushed it out towards the boundary line again. No, back into the centre where the centre wing now. The scrimmage, the umpire.
Well, the hands all went up there for holding the ball, but it just didn't come, did it?
No, it didn't come. A bit of a scrimmage, and it's pretty tough going in those scrimmages.
This is where Macedon are falling down. They can't get past this forward flank area. The extra defence here by Diggers is strong.
Perhaps the wind is stronger than we think.
Yeah, up it goes finally. Up they jump there. Big jump by Egan, but couldn't control it. Free kick being pulled out there, I think, for a Shepherd. And now Macedon have a chance via, it's not Dyer, it's someone else there who got cordoned out of it. I'm just trying to work out who it is. A short, sharp pass out the back there. Wasn't well read there. Overrun by everyone. Macedon push it on, but only gaining around about 35 metres. They're 25 metres inside there, attacking 50. There's a chance here as the clock ticks.
There is, and they're in front of the canteen, and excellent canteen, by the way, here today. By the Woodend people, and not sure which club is organising it. Look at that throw-in. The throw-ins for these boundary umpires are enormous. And it's gone to the deck, and another scrimmage applies, and the umpire will come in and throw it up again.
Real chance here for Macedon if they can maximise this opportunity. Up it goes there. Quick win there. Knocked out there by Diggers. No, it's number 21 there in Lawton. He's rucking in the forward line, but now they get to move it down. Fast-moving players into the centre of the ground. Poor choice of target. Oh, a late hit there, but it wasn't intentional. Diggers, that's great effort. 3-on-1. He's given them an opportunity going forward now. The running players, Laurie, I think, went over it, or Fret there, one of the two. He's a second chance for him. Out the back, he handballs it. A centering kick there, looking for number 15, and they've found Tyquin, who's got a good kick on him.
He's only about, he's about even 50 metres, I reckon, from goal. But the breeze behind him over his shoulder, and he's got an opportunity to kick this goal. 24 here, the big man in Egan's now coming back onto the ground. As Tyquin will line up for a shot. He's literally standing equivalent to the centre on the wing space. He's got the Rodney Hogg run up. It's a good 2 or 3 Ks. It needs oxygen.
He does.
But he's pretty confident by the look of him.
Yeah, he's got that persona. He's got the stagger. Here it comes. He's got the height, but he's dragged it to the right, I believe.
Yes, it's the old left-footed drag.
Yep, and he's pulled it across for the first minor there for Diggers.
It's 3-1.
3-1-19. To 1 goal, 6 points to our estimates there for Macedon. Quick kick out there, finds number 2 in Bullis. David, away you go.
There it is. He's got the mark in the back pocket, and he's taking his time. That's a hand pass. I don't know whether it's an effective one, but it's now kicked about 300 feet in the air, and it's gone up for what it might be a mark. No, the umpire says play on. No mark. Pushed out the front. Macedon, the Cats have got it again. Scrimmage. Umpire says throw up.
This will be a challenging spot here. Maybe the wind's having more effect than we realise here, but it does seem like Macedon's having harder time. The ball goes up. Knock there. Egan's got it. No, again, there looks to be an attempt to shepherd players out, and the umpire's not taking any of it. And that's probably the third one we've seen this quarter for Macedon. That's an attempt there by number 24. I think that's Kernan there, who's got a big, long kick. 2-on-3, a high flyers, couldn't hold it. Quick handball out there. A chance for Diggers now. David, they go again.
There it is. It's kicked right up into the forward line. A long kick. And they've got the footy again, the Borough, and they've transported it towards the goal zone. Out the back of the pack, the hand pass and the goal, I think.
Wow, that's Kernan again. That's Jensen again, I think. So if I'm right, that's his third. And this time it's much more of a Rovers goal in a way, I could best say it, David.
He's a very smart player, and he takes a bit of watching. They're going to have to do something about him, otherwise this game is going down the drain.
Yeah, 4 goals, 125 to Diggers Rest. The Borough up by a good 19 points with Macedon on their own only singular goal there on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Another long kick, got it in there, and that's the way to do it with the wind, isn't it?
It is indeed.
So we're back in the centre and ready for another ruck contest, and a pretty interesting quarter with the Diggers, the Borough doing well.
Umpire ready to go now, comes in, up it goes. Ruckman size up. No one really won that one, but Macedon's smaller players read it better. The kick is high. It's out the back here. Chance for 24 here at Kernan. Can't do much with it, but a handball's over the top. It's loose and there's plenty of players. That's Laurie in there, shoring up defence for Diggers. Geez, he plays a pivotal role. Really does. Worth his weight. He's my Bendigo Bank saver so far, and that's 27 in there. That's Hine there as well. The
Bendigo Bank saver of the day award, of course, to the one who does the best defensive work, Matt.
It is indeed, just like the bank does the best for its community. Up it goes again, quick tap. No one can hold that one. Bounces around, bodies diving in, it ricochets, and no clean possession can be held. And I reckon we'll get a second one, David.
The scrimmages are the major statistic at this point, aren't they?
The umpire gets more stats than anyone, doesn't he?
So there it is again. Oh, he's punched it about 12 metres, Egan. And it's a kick up towards the centre half forward spot. Man comes out with it. Got the handball away. They've still got the chance to the Borough. And
free kick.
It's a free kick, folks.
Advantage.
He's up and running. Bounced it once. Then he ran further than that. And a nice piece of defensive work. Bendigo Bank saved the day. Punched it away. Macedon got the footy, bringing it across to our side of the ground. And that's a mark, I think.
That's Sims with strong hands.
Sims. And that's a kick towards the boundary line. Has he got it?
Salapero.
Salpetro.
Bang. Down he goes. That's a shocking
very
kick.
Very ordinary looking kick, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah. Oh, quick hands there. Keeps the ball alive.
I thought he was up in the third row of the grandstand. Anyway, Salpetro's got it again. Hand pass. Out it comes. 24's got it. That's Kernan. He's everywhere. Kernan.
Oh, great defensive mark.
Bendigo Bank mark of the day at the defence.
That's brilliant. Now Diggers get a chance to repose and come down. But that sound, folks, that's the dulcet sounds of the siren to say that we've brought the first quarter here to an end. And to recap the scores there, Diggers take the ascendancy on full 125 to Macedon, one straight goal. A 19-point lead on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And David, a good start for Diggers.
I call that the Jensen quarter.
I would call it the Jensen quarter as well. He's been not only a target, potentially as a lead, but also a creative one in the forward line who's able to make goals on off his own foot.
He's an influential player, there's no question about that. It'll be interesting to see just what sort of impact the wind has really got, because the long kicking out of defence was significant in terms of distance.
If we've learnt anything, it's not worth calling a game on the first quarter. We've got to see how these conditions support Macedon with their gameplay if this wind is assisting.
That's very astute, Matt. That's 3 quarters to go.
Yeah.
And anything could happen at this point.
We saw this just yesterday when we saw a 24-point lead turned into a 29-point deficit.
I did see that. I was there when that happened.
It was.
And this game has been a good contest, I reckon, in terms of physicality, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's no one holding back here. They're all diving in. And, David, the skills, I thought, were really quite clean. Shouldn't be surprised with these two teams being, top 4 teams.
No, I'd be a little bit worried if I was Macedon. I would be thinking seriously at quarter time about what we need to do with Jensen and those forwards. But the big thing for them now is to get the ball down into the scoring zone themselves. Yeah, now there's something of a treat that we love about community football, especially in the finals here with country football, is that if you can see by the TV footage, but if you can't see it if you're listening on the radio, there are more people on the ground and around the clubs listening in than there are players. I'd count probably in excess of 100, maybe more around Macedon. Similar numbers there around Diggers Rest. There's a real passion here about hearing what the coach has to say. Now, both teams have stuck with that traditional approach they do, where they break up into 3 groups. Their defenders, their midfielders, and their offense. They work out what they're doing right or wrong,
take a lead from one of the generals in their areas, bring it back into that centre group, and then listen to the words of wisdom from the coach.
Well, I've had a few things to say during the season about the disparity in the form of teams. And, some teams not doing as well as perhaps you expect and whatever. But isn't it great to be here today and see two teams giving it a fair dinkum go? Yeah,
there's a real attitude here. And we haven't seen aggro. We've seen an attempt to win the game through skill and through strategy and so forth. And it's a really great line to see. We've seen some great skills, though. Krul took an absolute ripper of a mark right out here in front of us. He's got some size and stagger to him, hasn't he?
Been 4 or 5 good marks for both sides. The ruck contests are interesting. Nobody's got real influence at this point, I don't think.
Dyer and Eager and have a good battle, but often that they're so intent with each other, them completely missing the ball, it's coming to the ground.
But what a lovely day, isn't it? I just don't want to harp on this, but what a lovely day for the RDNFL to have people like this turn out, and congratulations to the supporters of the RDNFL for coming out in such numbers today.
Yeah, and a big shout out to a lot of the volunteers here today. Again, we harp on this as the season goes on, how important and how valuable they are to these clubs. And in this case here to a site that's holding games where, Woodend might not be playing in this case. But they still do an extraordinarily good job for both the football and the netball. Netball we can see over there off to our right. And we really wanted to say a shout out to them.
Well, it's a good opportunity to say this, Matt, because I've mentioned a number of times through the year how impressed I've been with Woodend's improvement as a football team, and they just missed out on the finals. And good luck to them. And I hope that their improvement continues. It's important for the RDNFL to have all the teams improve.
Yeah, it's a great sign too that this league is competitive. It's growing in its competitiveness against each other. If you're not seeing on the footage, folks, both the teams are still in their huddle. And this isn't interesting. The siren's already gone. The umpires are out there. But the messages and the boards that are up in the air are trying to tell some incredibly important stats or strategies here, which we think will have an impact on this quarter. Now, the only concern I have for Diggers is that the captain coach Lob is currently sporting something from Tutankhamun's era, where he's mummied up due to a knock on the nose, I think. Hopefully he can still get his message across.
Well, yeah, he's not in intensive care, but he's the next issue down, isn't he?
He's a tough nut. He'll be fine with it. But
I haven't seen him touch the footy yet, but nevertheless, he's got the potential to do all sorts of things. And my advice to both of these teams, if I was coaching them, would be get the football and kick goals.
And kick it to one of your people who wears the same outfit that you do.
Yeah, well...
No, it's a funny thing, that, because quite a few times Macedon kicked it up the ground to a contest, and there actually wasn't a contest. There was an opposition player, and that's it. But then Diggers also did that too, when it looked like Macedon had an extra man down in defence in the gap there. This could work out. This score might be a real furphy for us. If Macedon come out a blazing here, utilising, if there is that wind advantage, maybe this is that rope-a-dope thing that got us all fooled. Who knows?
I've got a revenue-raising opportunity for
here we go.
NFL.
Okay.
Did you notice when we came in, you paid at the gate, unless you had a free pass, of course?
Oh, man, it's a season's pass.
But why don't we charge for dogs?
Yeah, why don't we charge for dogs?
On my estimation, there's 387 dogs.
Oh, that would be a dogism, wouldn't it? That'd be like sexism, but for dogs. Why are we charging them? They don't pay taxes. They don't do jobs.
Revenue raiser, mate. It's like speed cameras, Okay. 387 dogs at $10 a dog. That's 3,870. They can even afford to pay the commentators.
Yeah, there's a lot of dog owners out right there now, David, who are trying to find your home address if you haven't caught my drift. But there are some nice dogs in here. They're lovely animals they've got running around. And again, as we see the last remnants, again, of the spectators making their way off the ground.
Yes.
There's a good chance there for kids to get out there too and get on the ground. You can't do that at the AFL.
I'm thinking of interviewing one of those dogs during the halftime break, just to hear what they think about it.
You're going to have to work on your questions and make them a bit more highbrow, David, if you're going to get the dog to respond. Folks, both teams are back out there. The umpire's looking around for everyone to get off the ground.
It's taking a while.
That's taking a while. The teams are ready to go. Again, the scoreline here, Diggers in the ascendancy of 1-4-25 to the solitary goal for Macedon, a 19-point lead on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. A real chance now to see how that other end goes for scoring for Macedon.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it because it's be the guts of the game to determine what happens in this quarter.
Indeed. We learnt that yesterday about not counting your chickens, right?
Excellent. That is exactly right. And Cameron is not suffering any cramps or anything at this point, so the video is going to continue for the next quarter at least.
That's good to hear. Cameron's our cameraman, works for Red Onion there.
He's our Cameron man.
He's a Cameron man, and he keeps us honest there too. So we've got an extra view here in case it goes behind some of those hard to see through areas,
and
like
got the
Cameron.
Scoreboard on, by the way.
Yeah, we've got the scoreboard. It's quite a professional outfit they've got here. There you hear the siren, folks, and David's going to take us away.
Quarter 2, the umpire comes in and he's thrilled to the teeth to be involved here today. Oh, Dyer got the two-handed hit out, one with the left and one with the right. Ball's gone towards the half-forward line. Is that a mark?
That is a mark.
The Macedon boys, the Cats have got it, and that's very early in the quarter.
He's a long way out, David.
To demonstrate, well, it's about 60 metres, I reckon, but he looks like he's going to have a go at it, Matt.
Yeah, when you turn your back on the play, that's number 30 there, David. That's Staunt.
Yeah. Well, can he make the distance? I reckon with the wind over his shoulder, he might be a passing chance here.
Egan, for Diggers, is back on the goal line here. He's about 9'6", so we'll see if he can stop it reaching over.
I reckon he'll kick this.
Kicks big. It's gone right a little bit, but hang on.
I reckon
he's got it.
I think he'll kick it.
I think you're right, David.
And that's stout.
That was stout.
And that's a very strong mark
that's
too, by the way.
Stout goal in name and nature, David.
And that's a 1 minute mark of this quarter.
You couldn't ask for a better start for Macedon. And that's 4-1-25 to 2 goals straight there on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Deficit being brought back to 13 points.
It's a comeback. And the Cats are ready, and that is excellent play. I like the way that went.
They are prowling, and you can see a bit of energy now. They're looking around here for opportunities.
The boundary umpires are moving that ball back to the umpire now, who runs in at a pretty fast knot. And I bet he's happy that he doesn't have to bounce it.
Indeed.
So he's going to throw it in the air. Up it goes. Dyer is ready. Oh, Egan went about 3 minutes before acceptances. Ball's gone to the centre half forward for the Cats again, but the defenders have brought it out. Burrow hits it out in front of him. That was good work. Trapped it well in front of himself, and the scrimmage occurs. Umpire comes in, says, let me throw it up.
Now that tackle again was by Baggs. He can wrap them up, Baggs. He's quick on there on nullifying any energy from the Diggers.
He's a pretty tough unit, by the way. So back in the almost in the centre of the ground again. We haven't moved an inch, and the umpire's getting ready to throw it up. Good throw, and a bit of argy-bargy in the ruck, but kicked out of there by Taylor. Taylor put it down onto the half-forward flank for the Borough. Goes towards the boundary line. They've got it in front of them. Coming back. No, it won't be anything. I don't think the boundary umpire has said it's mine, folks.
Yeah, that was Hayne on the outside for Macedon there. He was keen to run it towards the boundary. He's happy to be put out there now too, as the boundary umpire will look to bring this back in. Egan seems to have got his barometer back. He knows he's timing it a little bit better, even though Dyer seems to be trying to break some kind of stratosphere barrier when he jumps. He can jump high, Dyer.
Well, I reckon he's learning the game, Dyer, and he's just finding out a way not to be damaged by the body contact.
Yeah, I think you're right. Up it goes there. Dyer won that one. There was a nice knockdown. There he goes. A chance forward now for Macedon.
That's a big kick. That's gone 60 metres. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. It's gone towards the boundary line. Good tackle, thrown it out the front. Might have been a throw. That's another hand pass. The Cats have got it, putting it into the half-forward line. I think that's Kernan again.
He's going to line up for a shot. My goodness, it's a tale of 2 quarters, David.
A tale of 2 quarters. That should be a book sometime. Was it Charles Dickens?
It was indeed.
I don't know, but this is Kernan. Charles is not playing today, unfortunately.
London and Paris, I think it was. But
Charles Dickens is out injured.
Kernan can really put the pressure here on if he comes through. The kick's high.
Oh, what a kick.
The umpire drifts to the right, and he says only a minor score there. So that's the first inaccuracy for Macedon.
Missed it by about 48 metres, I'd say.
I think he was luckier to get the point than he was to get the out of bounds on the full. So
covers a bit of ground, Kernan.
He does.
He's here, there, and everywhere.
4-1-25 Diggers to 2-1-13. A straight 2 goals the difference.
And we've only played a couple of minutes, and they've had 2 scoring shots.
Yep, they've doubled their attempts in just over 4 or 5 minutes now. Here's a challenge here for Diggers to come out. A long run here. The kick's high. It's going to a contest. The big men jump there. Punch out the back by Egan. Nullifies the mark attempt, and we'll have a ball in. Oh, just down around from the interchange for Macedon.
Half-forward flank.
Half-forward flank for them. And there's a chance here now that he opens up the play. This boundary umpire's not a bad one. He's got a good throw to him, the young lad. So we'll see how he goes.
See how he goes. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's spinning in. Nice height. Wow.
Dyer got the punch down to the front with 2 hands. Comes out the front. The Borough have got it. And it's a nice little kick down the wing. A good contest. Gone towards the boundary line and seen it over. That's Baggs, your favourite player.
Yeah, I like the way he operates. He reminds me of one of those, cats down in Geelong, actually. He really hunts after the ball and chases after it.
Well, he's taken the responsibility for Carolina.
Okay.
So good ruck contest again. Baggs couldn't pick it up, but the Cats have brought it around again towards the boundary line. Is that a mark or is that out of bounds?
No, it's a mark. It's held.
That's right.
It's right.
He's done the right thing. He's kicked it back.
Oh, he's got a lead.
A runner.
He's got it too.
Yes, he did.
That's Cookie. It's the Master Chef.
Well, that's a very nice looking mark. I'd be proud of that one myself.
He was all over the shop there a second. I thought he was going to lose it in the sun and the swirling wind, but
stuck out his left hand, pulled it back in first, didn't he? And then grabbed it with both hands.
Yeah, did it like a professional. Now, whether or not he can control the weather here and get the ball to go through accurately, that's going to be the challenge.
Well, he's got the ball in the right technique for the holding position, that is, for the right technique. Can he make the distance and the accuracy? And
yeah, body language. Yep, that's Cook on the board. The Master Chef has put through a delicious entree there of a goal. And what we're looking at now is a deficit being brought back to only the solitary goal. And we're seeing now a real case of there being a goal-scoring end, which seems to be at that western end, David.
And how many minutes have elapsed in this quarter?
I think we've looked about 9 minutes gone here. I'll have to go check on that one. It's been a fair bit there. 4 goals, 125 Diggers.
I would have said it was only 3 or 4 minutes, and it's an avalanche.
3 goals, 119. Up we go in the middle now. There's Egan. He couldn't hold that one. A quick knockout there, but a free kick found to him because he was shepherded out of it. He'll take it quickly now. He wants someone to handball to. Look at him. He's like, I don't want to kick this.
Doesn't want to kick it.
No, now he does. Kick. It's a good one, actually. Not nice too high. Got a bit of options to it. Hits back down there and goes out wide. Numbers favour Macedon. They're having trouble controlling it, though. It hits the ground. No real endeavour there. Diggers get it to go forward and probably gain themselves an extra 20 metres or so. It gets knocked out to the middle. There's a chance here if Macedon's not careful. Kick over the shoulder. Just to the forward line there. And a knock away by number 27 there in Wilton, whose last line of defence puts him up for a Bendigo Bank award for the most defensively good player.
Yes, the Bendigo Bank saver of the day. It's kicked around to the half-back flank, and that's number 11 that's got it, Mills. One of the Mills brothers, no doubt. Kicked it towards the centre wing. Is there a man out there? Yes, there is. It's gone over the back, and he's marked it, kicked it in towards Bullis. Bullis has got the ball at centre half-back. Now, what can he do? A long kick would be the order of the day, and he's done exactly the opposite. He's kicked it 12 metres to Dick, the ex-Carlton player.
There's a big long kick that David's been looking for, finding out on the far side there, number 27 there in Wilton, I think it was. He steps around, keeps possession, short pass there, holds the mark now. Macedon moving the ball well, centering the ball there, looking for Baggs, but he's intercepted there by Delaney, who then feeds it off. It's chaotic in there. Now there's a chance to go forward. Inside the attacking 50, a mark at the back, and it's held.
It's not a mark.
Over the shoulder, that's 11, and that's Ronaldson. And Ronaldson, showing the agility of a rover, is able to turn, spin, and put a goal on there which was well and incredibly needed by Diggers, and it gives them a chance to bounce back.
Well, that's a bit disappointing for the defender of Macedon because he hit the ball first in that marking contest, and the Ronaldson was smart enough to watch the ball.
Yeah, he kept his eyes on it and kept his feet, which was the key.
Yeah, it is a key, and then a nice kick. But the ball that came in from the back pocket to get it into that scoring zone was a pretty nice piece of work by the Borough too. So ball back in the centre of the ground now, and the score is, we've said, is 31 Diggers,
32-19.
So that's a good contest at this point. So the umpire getting ready, throw it in the air. Ruck contest is developing, isn't it?
It is.
Nobody got it that time. It went to the ground. The Borough have got it again. A nice kick. He's kicked it 50 or 60 metres. The wind didn't do anything to that. And that's a mark by Hildebrand. I like this fella too. And it's kicked around the outer wing. And that's Sims has got it now. Sims has got it half-back flank. About 50 to 60 metres from the goal they're defending. Kicked it along the centre wing. It's one on about 4 here. Out the back, Dyer tried to do the right thing. Hit it over the head, but he couldn't do so. Ball's come out the back now. That's a hand pass. 12's got it. That's Baggs again. Matt's favourite player. Baggs is on the ground. The scrimmage is occurring. and the umpire's going to chuck it up again.
The adrenaline or the energy just kind of went up a notch, folks. There's a chance for everyone to break away and get something here, and they're all feverishly trying to do it there. Bags coming off now there. Morris coming in. Up it goes. Free kick for shepherding, and that was Morris. He stepped in all at the wrong time there. And it's going to go to Diggers now to give him a chance to reduce that pressure. That's number 60 there, which is Tenaglia. He'll look to bring it back down the ground. There's not much to go for a target. He'll have to go for a contest. He goes backwards and sideways. David's and he's found Laurie, who's gone backwards and side. They've given up 50 metres here, but now they're on the fat side and they're going to run it.
He can run.
On the far side, they'll look for a target, and they can't find it. Chances here for Macedon. They are broken free. They'll now go inside the 50 with a short pass, but it's inaccurate, and only finds Securio there in defence to come out of it.
Well,
who's been given a 50
and now
makes his way like a freight train.
It's a sore gift.
Quickly down the ground, inside the attacking 50, end to end. No one can hold that, and it gets wrapped up, David.
That was Sims again, tried to get loose for the ball for Macedon, but the Cats couldn't get it away. And what a lovely kick that went down the ground there. That's a 60-metre kick against the wind.
It's something that Macedon got to watch there. It was obviously over the mark or something. Tap back down. No one can get that one, David.
No, Dyer didn't get it away. Ball's gone to the ground, picked up. That was a throw.
Yep. There's a shot at goal over the shoulder.
That's a kick out of the pack.
Trying to work out who that was.
Yes, well, if you can, you'll be really a mandrake.
Oh, there we go. I can see a high fives coming in for number 30 there in the forward line, I think it is.
This bloke with the long sleeves.
Yeah, it is indeed. So we'll just wait till he possibly turns around.
Yes, he's not going to.
I think it might be. It's either Taylor or Rowan, because he's one of the 30s. There's only two of them in the 30s. So
we'll turn around sometime this week.
Yeah, 33 there. So that is Taylor. So that was a great goal of opportunity by Taylor. Well played.
That's a tailor-made goal.
That was a tailor-made goal.
Isn't it, Will?
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't it beautiful? Tell me honestly. There's the umpire back in the centre of the ground. Dyer got a two-hander away. Ball taken out of the ruck contest by the Borough. Down towards centre half forward. Ball's on the ground, out the back. Look out now, because they're good when the ball hits the deck. It's gone towards the boundary line and out of bounds.
So the ascendancy or the attack there that Macedon have has kind of waned in this second half of this quarter, and it's been wrestled back by Diggers, and they've got back that lead they had at quarter time.
It's interesting how your brain works. The umpire has signalled a
free kick, I think.
Time on.
I think there's hands gestating, what are you doing? And there's a free kick being given out here, I think. No, it's a blood rule. Second blood rule of the day. This time it's for a Macedon player who's making his way off.
The Red Cross are doing well here today. And where is he bleeding from? The nose?
I think it's from the nose.
Nothing like a good smack in the nose to make you feel like a nice day out, is there?
Yeah, Bags comes on for him, so he'll make his way into that midfield space more than likely. Trying to work out that's number 2 who's come off there. That's Bullis.
They're waiting for a boundary throw in when the player is resumed after the blood rule. And we should be underway pretty soon. They run for it with a short boundary throw in. Oh, no, he got it again. That was Jensen, I think, was it?
Yeah.
No, it was gone towards the boundary line, over the line and out of bounds, and a couple of push in the backs, a couple around the necks. But you don't have to pay all the free kicks.
just the ones that matter.
Just the ones that matter, that's correct. So the ball's out of bounds in the forward pocket. And we're waiting for the throw in again. Here it goes. A good throw in too. That's a high one. A big high one. Dyer got it out the back of the pack. It's scooped out, and that hit the Borough in the chest. Couldn't mark it, but they've come out with a footy. That's a nice hand pass. That was number 6 to Della Hayes. The ball now is transported into the goal square. The marking contest, nobody can get it back out on the half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. And a good contest out there. They're going for it. Two of them one-on-one there. Ball on the deck. He pushed in the back. No, get on with it, he said. That's another one.
Wrapped up there and nullified. Both times Macedon tried to get out of their defensive 50 there, they kicked blindly, and it was going to a random player. And because there was more more Diggers back there, then there was no chance of them getting out. Now the ball up now. Here's a chance for Macedon to get it. They kicked, but a great smother. Second effort's there. Kick again. Didn't look. Just kicked and hoped. And the only way you can hope for here is a boundary line, and they've got that, and everyone moves down the ground.
Well, there it is. It's out of bounds again, and as you pointed out, he didn't even raise the eyes that time, did he?
Nope.
He just put the foot into it. Anyway, it's better up there for them than it was down the other end.
Wallace coming on, giving a breather here for Karunia to have a breath, so he'll come on there and go straight into the actual play.
There it is, boundary throw-in. Good knockout by the Borough Ruckman.
Ooh.
Went to the front of the pack, and down he goes. Down he goes. They got the footy again. The Borough kicked towards the boundary line, but out of bounds again, and that's a waste.
Well, the boundary umpire is going to be absolutely stacked with muscle. He's getting that much work on that far side there. This will have to be his 15th or 16th throw-in, I think, David.
Will he appear after half-time?
I don't know.
Boundary throw-in. They're big throw-ins he's got too, and that's a good ruck contest again. The Borough doing better in the ruck now. To enter down the front of the pack, another scrimmage, and the umpire says, throw it up, folks.
Doyle coming on now for right for Macedon as a quick change happens there. So we've got a lot of interchange motion, which means the players are running hard and they're wearing themselves out, which they're utilising the bench well up at guns. Dyer got that one, but he got shepherded out, and I think it might be his free because his line and his attack was actually taken out there. So it was good play by him. He's adapting slowly, David. A short pass, step around there by Macedon. They run and they back themselves. That's a beautifully long kick out the back possibly, but there's no small men there. It's just defensive players. They're under immense pressure though. Here they'll try and run it out now. The handballs are good. Oh, the tackles are hard, and here's a chance now. A fend off, a kick. It's ugly. It hits the ground, so do the players. There's a chance to jump onto it, but it's getting wrapped up, and it doesn't look like it'll move from there. Boy, when that open forward line opens up, Macedon's energy level rises, David.
It's a good scrimmage there, but they just couldn't get a clean possession. Their rucks are getting ready for it now. Good contest. It went to the ground again. Pushed out the back. No, they can't get the footy, and it's gone over the line. So
the chance here that Macedon know that they need this one to peg back. It's out in the full, actually. It's come off someone's, I think, or it's a free kick, I think. So there's a chance here for Diggers, and I think they've just got a 50 out of it. So that's at least the second we've picked up against Macedon. Standing on the mark inappropriately. Let's buy some real estate from this umpire because he's given a good 55. A quick play and a run on there. There's a chance here for Diggers to go forward with a hard driving kick forward. No one can hold it. Running out of it. They can't get possession. Here's a chance now for Macedon with a hospital kick up on high. And the bang! A punch and the bodies go over, but a strong mark there. Wow, that was impressive. And that was there by number 33 there. That was Taylor. He's a long way from home. Short pass finds number 6, Delaney, David.
There he is. He's got the footy. That's a long hand pass inboard. Can he get away with it? They've kicked it back to... Oh, well, it's wasting... That's a wasteful effort, isn't it? Because he kicked it back to where it came from. Only about 20 metres and out of bounds.
That was my man Baggs who punched that one away. He read that well.
Well, was it Baggs?
It was Baggs.
It was.
And it's a free.
You got to get them checked at the airport. You know. That's
it's a free kick. 3 under 1.
Oh, punched out of bounds.
Wow.
Is that right, Nat?
What's that?
That's the bloke you got to take to the airport with you to get checked.
Yeah, but you have to put him in the container up above you where you sit, though. Okay.
It's out of bounds in the forward pocket. Can the Cats get possession of the footy and make a scoring attempt? We're not too sure yet. Here it is. That's a lower throw in, and the Rucks hit it towards the front of the pack. The ball's on the ground, kicked out wildly. He's got possession of the footy, Matt.
Yeah, it comes out on that far side here. The numbers favour Macedon, but the body's flying it too far. There's a free kick given. It's a push, and now's a chance quick in these dying moments here of the game here. That's number 16 there, I think, in Barnett. He'll look to get the ball deeper into the 50 if he can. He goes across, though, finding someone in the middle, looking for another loose man there. That's 20 in Walker, the Ranger. He finds an attempted mark over the top, can't be held. And now Diggers, they get a chance to go forward, but their target is just terrible.
Yeah, Wallace kicked it straight to the opposition, and that was Hildebrand, I think.
Yeah, it was indeed.
It's centre wing, and in the middle of the ground, that's Sims that's got the mark now. And he's dead set in the centre of the ground. He's kicked it into the forward pocket. That's a 65-metre kick and a very good one.
Oh, great mark, David.
That is a big mark, and good contest too.
Yep, so there's a chance here for lining up for a shot, which was deceptive, to say the least. I'm trying to look at number 9 there, David. That looks like the master chef again.
He's the goal kicker.
He's already put up an entree. Now he's bringing up the main course.
It is indeed, and he's a fair way from goal, though, isn't he? About 40 metres or 50 metres or more.
It'll be a challenge.
Yeah, that's a big kick he needs.
Ooh.
That is a very big kick.
No,
but
minus
it's not an accurate kick, and it's gone through for just a single point. And that's at the 19-minute mark of this quarter.
So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard here, Diggers 6-2-38 to 3-2-20, an 18-point, a 3-goal lead. As they come out of defence quickly, Diggers on the far side, handballing quickly out of that attacking, or that defensive 50, sorry. Looking 2-on-1 here for a contest, can't be held, goes towards the boundary, and we'll have a throw in pretty much on centre wing on that far southern side, David.
Centre wing on the other side of the ground to where we're situated. The boundary umpire coming in to take possession of the football. The $200 Sharon. He's going to throw it in there for the Ruxter contest again.
Egan can't get there.
So that's an ordinary contest, the short throw-in, I think, that time. The handball out. That Burrow got it again. That's pretty good work, I reckon. It's an ordinary-looking kick, though, and it's up in the air and down the ground.
Yeah, that late tackle after the kick.
Cop that, fellas, because that's a dangerous thing to do. That's a nice kick. That's gone about 50 metres up the track, and that's a mark. And it's Barnett that's got the footy.
I think it's Barnett on the far side there.
In front of the Kent.
Oh, terrible kick.
Oh, he's marked it though, and that's Dick, the Carlton player. He won't mess it up, I don't think. And has he kicked it okay? It's 1-2 out here, and they've messed it up. No, they haven't. 39 got it. That was Sal Pietro, got it out. Kicked it towards the boundary line. 20's dodging around.
Oh, great smother.
Walker. 39, Sal Pietro again, only went about 6 metres. Ball kicked towards the scoring zone.
Oh, Egan's down.
He put his head down.
Oh, what a tackle on the ruckman. That was a Samson, that was a David and Goliath there, David.
It was indeed, and I think the umpire was right there. It could have been around the neck, but he did put his head down.
Stort, who did a tackle there, he's got to have one less footy. Handball, quickly the number 9 there in Cook. Cook kicks, it's long, and it's a bomb. Wow.
You got to say this for him, he knows how to kick.
He knows how to kick a ball.
Well, that's at the 21-minute mark, and Macedon would be very grateful for that goal. And a nice little piece of work there, folks, because the man who had the free kick handballed it off the Cook, standing only a metre away from him.
Cook's smart there. He got himself into a position where he gave him an option because he probably knew that Staunton, although he's a goal kicker, he was probably out of his range.
Cook knew he could kick it, I reckon, for sure. I think you're right, mate. He was a
and he's got the confidence, hasn't he, to give it a go.
No, he knows how to do it.
I have to call that tackle there by Staunton there on Egan. That was a David Goliath tackle, and he was relentless. He didn't let him go.
He was. A pretty good tackle, but Egan's come back and got the knock out of the ruck there, but the Macedon have picked it up, and there's a wild kick into the half-forward flank. A good contest out here, just a small man going towards the boundary line, pushing it out in front. It's over the line and out of bounds at the 22-minute mark. That's
Fogarty there with the Borg-like headgear that keeps his hair flowing at the back. We always appreciate the football hairdos. The boys don't hesitate to put on some attractive attire. Egan winning that one, well done. Out of that throw in there. Second tap, Fogarty's in there, but he can't get to it. Second chance there, number 14 there in Hoying, but he gets it straight in there to Laurie, who now has it in that defensive space. They'll be eager to get it out of here because Macedon have got their boots on. Kick out the back. Can't be held, David.
No, and he's gone to the ground on purpose. He didn't try to get rid of that footy, but the umpire has said he's got your back to me.
Yep.
So I'll throw it up and get the ball underway again. So the ruckman set themselves. Oh, a big jump, but it was too early. Dyer jumped about 3 minutes before acceptances.
Oh, pushing the back there. Here's a chance now, David.
That was an ordinary one, but it's gone to Sims. No, Hoyne. That's Hoyne. He's a good player, Hoyne.
Oh,
and that's Mark.
Wow. That's right.
Who's that?
Right, kicking to...
Right has got it. That's an excellent mark.
That's Kernan. That's Kernan up forward.
Well, he's all over the ground, Kernan, but what a nice kick it was and a strong mark.
Wright's got a great delivery.
Look at Cook, what he's doing. He's trying to get in a spot for him to say, handball it to me. And you can't blame him. He knows how to do it. So Kernan is a fair way out from goal, but he's gone back a long way.
No, he's gone back to Lansfield.
Yeah, he's gone back to Lansfield. Okay, he's kicked it from nearly Lansfield.
Oh, and he's dogged it.
Wow, if you don't mind, timekeepers, that's 5-2 at the right time. And
it's back to a solitary goal, David.
It's 6-2-28 to 5-2-32. and that's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, you said.
It is indeed. It's a 1-goal difference here, folks. This is a game to be beholden because we thought there might be a tale of two quarters here, and Macedon have started their fight back.
24 minutes gone, nearly at the end of this stanza, and it'll be time for these fellas to go and have a rest, and they'll like it, I think.
I think they will. The umpire's back out there in the middle now. He's prepping himself. Macedon will be chafing at the bit. Diggers will want to return the favour and get it back down the other end. Dyer jumps about an hour before it was balled up, and it gets wrapped up and taken down by some of the smaller men, and we'll have a second ball up, David.
Yes, it is. The ruck contests are interesting. They're not too sure what to do to each other, these two guys. Oh, they just jumped into him. That's a mistake, I'd say, and kicked up towards the centre half forward spot for Macedon. Gone ball. Oh, that's a 50-metre head pass, and he's kicked it. What's he done? No, he couldn't get rid of it. It's on the deck. They're going in now for the scrimmage, and that's a wasted opportunity because the handball set it up about a 25-metre hand pass.
They are really got their tails up here, Macedon. Diggers have to, pardon the pun, but really dig in here and hold off this defensive line. Up it goes there. 25 there, and Knox is in there for the ball up, but he can't get control. It goes down low. The umpire will find a free too high, I think. No, he's going back to himself.
I thought Knox earned a free kick there.
And there's the siren to Diggers' relief because that onslaught was coming, and the timing-wise means that this fight back has really put this game back on. It's 6-2-38 to Diggers. Only a singular goal lead, 5-2-32 there to Macedon, David.
It's worthy of a final, in my opinion. It's a good contest all round, and 1 quarter each. And anybody could win at this point. It'll
come down to who's got the energy to keep up this kind of foray, who's got the accuracy with those shots at goal. But 6-2-5-2, David, that's pretty good kicking.
It is. I've enjoyed the match. I think it's a good contest, and it's the best of our Australian rules game.
Yeah, the attitudes are right here. There's very little aggro. It's all about skill and about winning the ball and making the most out of it. And both teams can walk off with their heads up here, knowing that they're both in the game with a chance on this one. Macedon were looking down at a 19-point deficit at one stage, but they fought back in that quarter. They won that quarter, and they're close to drawing parity, David.
Folks at home, stand by, because we've got a terrific second half coming up in this clash. Lose or win. What's the word for that challenge? Because there's no other
second
way out
chance,
after
David. Yep.
This is no second chance today, and these boys know it. And I my credit to them in the first half for the contest. They've given it everything.
Yep. So they'll go in there for their half-time for the Oranges, for a bit of a rub-down and a bit of advice on how they're going to do things differently, David, and we'll be back.
We'll be back in about 14 minutes. Is that right, Cameron? Yes, we'll be back in about 14 minutes. So go and have a jam and scone and a couple of what?
Bonoxes.
Bonoxes, that's right. And we'll see you in 14 minutes.
Thanks, folks.
Well, we're back at the what oval is this?
Wood End.
No, it's not. It's the Gilbert Garden.
Gilbert Garden, yeah, it's beautiful.
And we're ready for a big second half. Red Onion bringing you all the video, and we hope that you're enjoying that. And OKR bringing you all the sound, and even Matt is going to be enjoying this second half.
Oh, this is building for what could be potentially the game of the final series. We hope they can all be as close as this. A quick score repeat if you're not watching from the tally from the Facebook coverage. It's
Facebook.
Yep, 6-2-38 to Diggers Rest, 5-2-32 to Macedon, a 1-goal lead. If you're just joining us, it was Diggers Rest who took out the first quarter and had an 18-point lead there. Macedon have just wound that back slowly, and we've seen most of the goals scored in this game down to that right end.
The western end.
The western end of the ground. Now, both teams have made their ways back out. They're going through their degree of warm-ups out on the ground here too. It's an immaculate location. The weather is a little gusty in certain areas. The sky's partly cloudy, but there's no sign of rain. And it's been a fast and a furious and a skillful game as so far. And my money's still on Macedon to make an upset here, David.
Well, it's a very interesting prediction. It's pretty well a tight go at this stage, isn't it? Nobody is certain. And I've really enjoyed the contest, and I hope the folks at home watching on RDNFL Facebook or else listening to OKR,
yep,
the voice of the region, we hope you're enjoying it too.
Now, if you're not quite sure, folks, right now, Wallen sits back at home watching this game intently to see whom they will be playing next week. So we'll be watching here as looking for, as I said, chinks in the armour of whoever the victors are to work out how they can take them on when they play them. I think, where are they playing? In Macedon next week.
Macedon, that's right.
Yep.
That's the preliminary final, and a week after the grand final, which we'll be at in all our glory.
Yep, so both teams now, as I said, making their way back out. This is a chance here now for Diggers in this quarter. You'd think that they'd hope to take advantage of this wind and that goal-scoring end. They're going to look to try and build on that 1-goal lead at the moment to make an insurmountable target that Macedon won't be able to recover from. So that's their strategy. Macedon's going to try and buck the trend and get a couple of goals at the very least and this non-scoring end, David.
I think the wind is increasing a bit and the cloud is darkening a bit.
There's a foreboding feeling, isn't there, about it? But behind us, it's a bit mixed. It's a bit grey, but a bit not.
Well, the clouds are coming from the direction where the weather comes from, I think. That's the southwest, if you like.
That's, the most profound thing you've ever said I ever heard you. The weather's coming from the direction that the weather comes from. Jane Bunn would be proud of you, my friend.
Do you know what? I'm going to look up what that means, profound.
Profound. I love you to look up profound, yes. Folks, everyone's made their way off the ground who shouldn't be on the ground, and the umpire now looks around. He gets a nod from both his goal umpires. He's going to go fetch his ball, which is a couple of seconds away, David, and we're going to kick off this incredibly important premiership quarter.
Just a clarification, the weather is coming from the front location. Or the front is coming from the weather location. Bulls high in the air. Good contest. Dyer got it out. Kicked out towards the half-forward flank. It's umpire says there's a free kick holding the man, I think. And the Macedon boys, the Macedon Cats, have got the footy half-forward flank about 60 metres from goal.
David, keep your eye on the ball there too. We've got a player here for Diggers who's in immense pain. So I'll just watch and see who that one is, if that's all right.
Okay, good work. There it is. Kicked into the forward pocket, and that's a... no mark, gone to the deck and picked up by 25. That's Knox, is it? And pushed over the line and out of bounds.
Minus score. A free kick.
Said free kick, folks.
I think that might be for deliberate, David.
Oh, no, they wouldn't pay that, would they?
It's got to be for deliberate.
And guess who's got it? Cook,
the chef. He's going for his dessert. Oh, this is incredible.
You reckon that was a deliberate through the scoring zone?
I'm trying to see if there was anyone close by. We've got no replay on this one. It'll be great to go back and see it.
That's a goal.
That's a goal there.
The chef has kicked one, and that is pretty handy for Macedon because that levels the scoreboard.
That's right, folks. We've got parity.
That's at the 1 minute mark of the third quarter.
And that was Brockwell who took a kick to the groin. No wonder he didn't bounce back up. He's since recovered there. He's tucking in the air. But this is amazing. This puts the scores at 6-2 apiece on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. David?
I didn't like that free kick, no matter what it was for. I couldn't see a physical one, so you might be right, Matt. It might be for pushing it across the scoreline.
Yeah, there wasn't many around him, but geez, it's a tough call to make on that, how close that was.
I don't like it.
The ball's being recovered. For the kick by Cook was intercontinental, David. It went outside of the ground and outside of the parking area, I think.
Over near Lancefield, you reckon?
Yep.
But here's the point. Whether you like it or not, it's a goal, and you can read about it in the newspaper tomorrow. They've one goal to Macedon.
They're looking for a backup ball now. They're bringing that in from the sideline. Some young kid's going to find that other one there in the creek and have an absolute field day.
$200.
They're not cheap.
You're right. But the game is pretty soon to get underway again. That's at the 2-minute mark now only. Umpire throws it in the air. The Rucks set themselves. Dyer got that one out with a huge leap, and he's better when he does that. That's a left footer, brought it down into the centre half forward spot, and that's a mark. Wrong team, Matt. Jackson has got it. Jackson has kicked it across to the half-back flank, and that's an excellent mark, sir. That's Lawton. Flew over the top of Hoyne and took a great mark. I really like that one. It's half-back flank on the northern side of the ground. It's a short kick. 25's got it. That's Wallace. Edgar Wallace has got it. Kicked it back into the centre half-back spot. I don't know about this sort of kicking. Taekwon has got it. Kicked it again. Another 15-metre kick, and they haven't gone anywhere. They've gone backwards, in fact. Taekwon's got it back again now. And he ran a bit. Kicked into the... I'd see they messed it up. That's what happens when you kick it around like that, isn't it? And now it's a hand pass 30 metres backwards, and they're back to where they started. Exactly where they started with the same player, Lawton.
Wow, that was a long trip for nothing, wasn't it?
Long trick for zero. And he's done it again. Exactly the same thing. That's McMahon has got it now. Why won't they kick it, mate?
They've got nothing to target down the ground. They're finding it tough. Now they're going to a contest. Better. One-on-one there. Big men fly. No one can really hold that one. It pops back out for Dyer. He handballs over the top. They're looking for Barnett. He gets it away quickly. The chance here now for Macedon. They kick it high, but absolutely to nobody. Out the back, there were pushers there. If they're not careful here, the Diggers, they'll get wrapped up. And I have to say, in this quarter, David, Macedon's come out with a bit more vigour.
Well, Cicero got tackled pretty well there, and you're right, the tackling is pretty strong. But the Diggers are helping them by kicking it all around the ground, aren't they?
Yep.
That's a pretty good piece of work by number 36, Delahaye. It's where's it gone? It's into the forward pocket and out of bounds over the line in front of about 200 cars parked around that side of the ground.
Indeed, Macedon with the first goal of this quarter, bringing it back up to parity on the scoreboard, now inside their attacking 50, 25 around from their goal. The boundary umpire will bring this back in, and a real chance for the first time for Macedon to take the lead. Up it goes, tap back down, no one can get it. It ricochets around. It's a lucky dip here to who comes out with it. There's a tackle, no one could get rid of it, and the umpire said he didn't have enough time to dispose of it.
Gang tackle.
A gang tackle there. That was Baggs, again, the man for tackling.
Baggs. He's got bags of carries, that fellow.
He's got bags on everyone. Wrapped them up there. And now, ball up again here. Knox is in there, but he can't get to it. A Shepherd on go, said the umpire, and a kick out by desperation only finds number 36 here in Delaney. That's for Macedon. Delahaye for Macedon. He kicks deep inside the attacking 50. Up they jump at the back. That's a mark!
At the back, he's got it. He's got it right over the back, over the top of two defenders, Matt.
And Macedon have this, and that looks potentially... It's not Knox again. No, it is Knox,
I
think.
That's old Port Knox that's got it.
And he's back in the forward line with a chance to put Macedon in front.
Well, would you believe it? He's only about 30 metres from goal, but the wind is a bit tricky.
There's a dust storm going across the ground as we speak.
Dust storm, the Camels will be next. Here we go. Knox is coming in. Looks like he's going to make the distance, I reckon, anyway. It's a right foot kick, it's in the air and it's going straight through for a goal. And what does that do, Matt?
Wow, it puts for the first time today 7-2-44, puts the Macedon Cats ahead by 6 points over 6-2-38 for the Diggers Rest Boroughs. They've finally hit the front, David.
That's 6 minute mark.
And in the non-scoring direction, by the way.
That's true, against what we think is the scoring zone, the scoring end. But that's 6 minute mark at this quarter, and they've been in the van for most of it.
Yep, 2 goals from it, and this is a positive start by the Cats. Back.
I don't know, I really can't understand a kick it across the ground like that all the time, Matt.
Down
That's a left footer out of the centre.
Oh,
That's a
strong
mark. I
mark.
think. And the Borough fighting back. They're showing something here. That's a mark at the centre half forward position. Quick snap out of the middle, and the player with the ball is pointing out that Doyle is encroaching on his area for kicking.
That's 25. That's Wallace there. He turned his back on the goal for a long time there. I really don't agree with that kind of approach there, unless he's confident that he can get it. So if he can, good luck to him. We hope he can. He comes in. Big kick there. It's high. It's drifting to the right, and it's only a minor score. So pity there for inaccuracy. 6-3 there, 39 to Diggers' rest, and 7-2, 44 there. Still a 5-point lead for Macedon.
Well, good stoush out here. Good push and shove by Delahaye and Lawton. Where's the defence gone, mate?
Full back's gone to the far side.
That's a mark.
Nope.
No, he's dropped it.
He's dropped it.
Okay, that's the play on. The Borough got it up into the back pocket, and it's marked on the chest.
That's a defensive line there. That's number 15 there. That's Dick out the back for defensive line there for Macedon. He then passes it off there, finds a mark on the far side, coming out of that back pocket. Down the wing he goes to a contest. Everyone flies. The smaller men for Macedon are fast there. That's, I think, Wright might have it. He's taking it for a bounce. He's kicking it inside the centre square. There's no one there, and it's out on the full.
Oh, bad luck, sir, because he did the right thing.
Well, a few of his forwards were gestating that, hey, come on, I was there by myself, but they really weren't.
They weren't.
And now I think that might be Laurie out there, or Freth out there, who's a short pass to 33 there, finds Taylor. He goes wide across there, finds Karuna, and he goes over the top for a quick kick to find McMahon, who now then short kicks over the top there. He's got tons to choose from, and now Diggers will run it out with a great shepherd, finding number 14 there in Schwarzenberg, who takes the ball for a scenic drive, but only finds defenders out the back who poorly can't hold it, and it goes out of bounds there for a throw-in. So that's a bit of a win there for Diggers, back down the ground.
2 bounces by Schwarzenberg, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having a run, but it would be nice to kick it to somebody, wouldn't it?
It would indeed, though, but that's fortunate for Diggers. They now have it in their forward pocket area for a boundary throw-in. In it comes there, a big deep throw. Tapped out the back there for looking for players who are drifting off there, but it's only the Cats who've got someone. Creative tap on there out wide, and everyone, that's a running race now to get to the ball. Diving on top. Diggers are there first with a handball out and a quick kick back inside the attacking 50. Can't hold the mark. Smaller men running on. They're really making opportunities here, and quickly Macedon trying to shut them down, but a whistle blow and a free kick found for throwing the ball, and advantage given now. Numbers favouring probably Diggers out at the back there too. 3-1 there, and Macedon will try and nullify. I think that's Laurie out the back with a handball backwards, and they'll go backwards across the goal. David loves the eighth deadly sin, and now's a chance to run it out. The kick's wide. Numbers favour Digger, finding number 22 that there in Cruel. Long way from his defensive position. He kicks wobbly kick there. Gets through everyone. A clean bowled, a lot of them. Out the back, David now.
Run over the top of it, hand pass out though. That brings it to Doyle. He's a good player. Kicked into the middle, and that's a mark on the chest down there. Not down the chest, it's down there, the ankles in fact. And he's got the footy. That's Walker. That's Kit Walker, the Phantom. It's got the footy now. He's bringing it around outside of the ground in front of the commentary marquee. Good defensive work. Pushed to the ground. Picked up nicely. That's right. Got it out. And I think that's Cook. He's a long way from goal, isn't he?
Yeah, he is indeed.
Dribbled it over the line rather cleverly.
Yeah, he's lucky there. Number 60 there for Tenaglia almost kept the ball in straight into Bag's hand for Macedon. He was ready to run off with it, but the boundary said it crossed over. So there'll be a throw in here, David, inside the attacking 50 for Macedon.
That's exactly where it is. You got that right. It's on the half-back flank. A good throw in. And out the back. What happened there? Delahaye.
It was incorrect disposal. He dropped it,
and
he's given away a 50 because he kicked it away. So that's a costly drop, isn't it, David?
It is indeed. I mean, as you know, I think the penalty's too big for the crime, but on this occasion, I think the umpire probably got it right.
Yeah, Quick kick now there inside the attacking 50 there for Diggers. A chance for a mark. Can't be held in the pocket. It's given away quickly and a chance for Macedon to run it out, but they're going to go across goal. Risky, but it comes off with a reward on the far side. Back down that fat side of the ground. Plenty of space and a few loose players, but they're running out of options now.
Ball on the half-back flank.
Bags off and Morris on for Macedon.
There it is. It's a nice kick. That's about 40 or 50 metres, or 50 metres perhaps. And a contest there at the front. No mark. Went to the ground. Who's got the footy? The Borough have got it, brought it out, kicked up the centre half forward, but the defence is in front. And he's gone down. Tackle, holding the ball. Didn't get rid of it. The Borough have played on, and that's a lovely kick.
Wow.
Nice lead. And the Borough have got the footy only about 35 metres from goal on a slight angle.
And that's Jensen again with it, David. Raised his hand to say, don't worry about leading, I'm going to go for this one. So him and Cook have both got a similar attitude in front of goal. They're confident to be able to finish the job.
He's a seriously good player, Jensen. A seriously good player. I mean, he's right up to the class, I reckon. Let's see what he can do here, Matt. He's running up and down.
The kick, it's offline. It's a minor score.
Well, as I said, he's no good kicking for goal.
Well, that puts Diggers up to 6-4-40. Still 4 points in the rears from 7-2-44 for Macedon.
12-minute mark.
12-minute mark. So Macedon are holding on to this lead a little bit longer to hopefully take the benefit in that last quarter. But here we go. Coming out of defence, they're going to have a hard time. It's been locked in. There's a lot of tall men there on the forward flank area. Out comes the full-back, runs his full measure. Big, long kick to a contest. Can't be held. Out the back there in Delaney. Can't control it. And the ball will be thrown in here, right in front of us, David, here in that interchange area for Macedon.
He's a vigorous player, Delahaye. And I'd like to just check his brother out because I think he's a vigorous player too. They've been brought up that way if they're brothers. There's a ruck throw in ruck contest out the back of the pack. Oh, that's good running out the back by the Borough, but couldn't get possession of the footy.
Holding the man there, stopped him.
That's a free kick, dead set.
Bang, it goes back now. They'll look to go deep into their attack. There's the kick. It's an ugly thing. Redhead stepchild, as Cameron would call it. And it's a mark there by, looks like Jensen again. He read that better than anybody.
Guess who kicked it to him? It was the other Delahaye.
Well, there you go. Their names are in it. Egan keen to get back on the ground for Diggers. Here's a second chance for Jensen to this time take the lead back if he can get this to go through. Dances up with his kick, follows through nicely. The umpire drifts to the right.
That's a point, I think.
But no, he's followed through with a goal.
Goodness, I saw the shadow in the goalpost, Matt.
Yep, Jensen there has got himself 4. So it's 4 apiece for him and Cook. And that takes them into the lead now for the wrestling that lead back. 7-4-46 to Diggers, 7-2-44 for Macedon.
Through the quarter. And it's a good even contest in this quarter, but they've struggled to get back the lead. Yeah,
it's taken them a time to fight it back here. Credit to Macedon. They've got a couple of goals that got them in the lead. They are going to want to wrestle this back, and Diggers are going to try to take an ascendancy. So this ball up's important. Up goes Egan. Dyer won that one. He's really grown in the last quarter of football.
Footy, mate. That's the difference.
That's right. Tackles are ferocious now. There's a throw there. They picked it out, and that was Dyer doing the tackle work. He quickly kicks inside the attacking 50, out the back there, and bang!
That's a mark.
Strong lead, strong mark. Not sure if he picked him out, but he picked the gap.
It was a kick that didn't go with its right trajectory, isn't it? But it got there, Matt.
And that's Fort Knox, who's trying to line up to get his first chance at a goal here.
Well, he's only about 30 metres from goal.
He might have one already, I think, David. We might have missed one there against his count. So this could be his second.
Yes, well, here it goes. He's only about 30 metres out from goal, and that's a nice looking
wow.
Through the centre, mate.
That's the kind of response that's it's a real arm wrestle going on here, David. Goal for goal. 7-4-46 Diggers. Macedon back in front, 8-2-50.
What a good contest.
It is.
And I don't know whether my prediction of a draw will now come good because the scores got out of the even 6 points, isn't it?
Oh, you'd never know with this one here, David. But really, these two teams are wrestling on who can get control of the ball and maximise it. It's going to come down to who's the fittest by the end of the game, I think.
Will be. Who can run it out? The umpire in the centre of the ground. ready to throw it up for another ruck contest. Dyer has been doing better than the last 2 or 3. He's done it again. No, Egan got it away that time. Went to the ground. That's good running. The Borough brought it out onto the half-forward flank as he marked it. No, it pushed away. That's Hoyne has done that for the Macedon boys and has gone towards the boundary line and out of bounds.
So that was a Fraith there, trying to get himself into the game a little bit more there for Diggers. Yeah, the ball was all around him, but he couldn't get his hands to it. The boundary umpire now will bring the ball back in. Excellent throw. Up comes Egan. Dyer wins that one, but to no one particular. There's the man, Fraith. He gets the ball, but couldn't control it. And pretty much buys 5 metres for Macedon as they move further up along the line for another ball in here. Right in front of us, David.
That was free.
Yep.
And see Lob is back on the ground and without the bandage, mate. So,
great recovery skills.
It is. So the ball's on the ground after that boundary throw in. Comes out the back and it's kicked out of the pack by the Macedon boys. And over the back, nearly an effort for a free kick, I think. In the back, handling him.
Yeah, it was. I thought the mark was given there, but number 39 there.
It's a free kick, mate.
That's a Salopet throw. He'll line up for potentially a shot at goal here. This is going to be a tricky one because the wind here does swirl, David.
It does swirl. It's swirly, as Matt said, and it's only about 25 metres from goal in the swirl.
Here we go, lining up for a shot, David.
It's a nice-looking kick, my friend. It's a goal.
Wow.
1 goal to number 39.
That's Salopino. Del Pietro.
He's a good Chinese name.
Might be Spanish.
Might
be Spanish, possibly.
17-minute mark of this quarter. And what an interesting clash now. 56-46, is that right on the Bendigo?
It's a 10-point lead. This is the biggest lead Macedon has had, and this is not what was expected with this quarter and the advantage. Now, the sun has gone out behind the clouds there. It's just dropped a few degrees here, folks. There's some grey clouds, but nothing foreboding.
Exactly as I forecast. The weather's coming from the weather end.
David Dowie, the Jane Bunn of Mitchell Shire.
And could I make a complaint? My coffee that's got me at half-time is cold.
Quick kick now by Diggers. Chance for them to run it out now. Great contest for number 13 for Sims. Gets it forward again. A real contest to try and get the mark. It gets punched back out by the defender. Great work there. Chance to run on for Diggers and go back into the attack. Out wide they go, but strong mark there by Macedon. Yep. As it's going forward, then there's a chance now. They're just trying to pick up there a wide mark there on the far side. Quick kick there by Macedon, going inside the actual 50-metre arc there, and they can't control it, and it goes to the wing. So we're looking now at a chance here again, a 4A forward there. Just fixing some technical issues here on this side, folks. Apologies for that. And the boundary umpire will have this right in front of the main pavilion. In it comes, spinning. Out the back now. Oh, great. Fraith there kicked that one away. It was a brilliant effort. No one can get it, though. It's high. Second punch there. Goes down deeper. Can't control it. Anyone there. And it's in the middle of the ground. Wrapped up over the shoulder. They've picked this. And it'll be a free kick here for Macedon. Going forward.
Oh, somebody's been flogged.
And there's a downing there, but no one's picked it up. Going inside the attacking 50, no one can mark that one. It hits the ground and goes out to the back and down towards the boundary line. No one can control it, and it's over the boundary line for a throw-in. And will look like now for a chance inside the attacking 50 here for Macedon. The boundary umpire looks back to try and see if the rucks are ready. Egan up against Knox. Knox there at the back there, couldn't control it. The smaller men there for Macedon. Maybe there's a whistle blown there, but nope. It's going to call it for a ball up. And will look like still inside the attacking 50 for Macedon for a chance for them to go forward. The body's a little slower to get up now. They're all a bit tired. We're looking here at the 20-minute mark of the quarter. It's almost done. A knock back out there. It's Diggers trying to get it away. They can, but they can lock it back up for another ball up. So at this point in time, we're trying to get someone to get their hands on the ball freely, but they can't. Egan tried to get that one away. He couldn't. Comes out the back now, pushing forward for Macedon. Shepherd there helped out. Kick to the centre of the ground and attempted mark. Can't be held. In the back they've called it, I think. And this will be a chance for Macedon to line up for another goal. Just trying to make out who the player is there on the far side. 24 there. That's Kernan looking to try and get his second there, David, as we'll line up now on a pretty tough angle and potentially take Macedon in with a lead at this three-quarter time. Not expected up this end. Here he comes now through, folks. Jots to his side a little bit. The umpire moves back over, minor score. So it was just a point. That one was close. But that makes the deficit out to 11 points now in favour of Macedon. 9-3, 56 to 7-4, 46. And we're looking now to see if if Diggers can bring it back in from their full back. Looking down the ground now for an opportunity. Running out his full measure. Bang the kick outside the 50. Up they go for a mark. No one can really hold that one. Knocked back down. Smaller players run through. Punching backwards there by Macedon. Over the top trying to get the ball. No one can get it out. Kicking off the ground. It's messy. There's tackles there that could be in the back. And they have picked it. And now Macedon will run on quickly, go into their attacking 50. The lead's there, but out the back, punch away there by the Macedon defence. That's number 6 then in Hildebrand. A top effort there, to say the least. David, are we being heard?
Well, you are being heard, and I'm wondering if I am, but we've adjusted the volume, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, you might just have to yell.
Matt, Tony, perhaps you could give us a text message to say whether it's now fixed.
In it comes on the boundary there.
By the way.
Tap out the back now there. Quickly a run on there by Diggers, but they can't control it. A quick kick out of defence, but only finds number 21 here there in Lawton, whose last line of defence in the midfield here keeps it locked in their attacking 50. A sharp pass out wide, looking for a player, but only goes out the back. And there's a chance now for Macedon to come back down the ground. One-on-one right in the side here. Great work of the body there by number 24 there in Kernan. Kicks it up there. It's a foot race to try and get it. Number 39 had a quick shot at goal.
No.
And it's just hit the post.
Hit the post.
Well, that was Sel Petro, who unfortunately couldn't master the control of it, but he gets a valuable point. Back to 11 points now as the ball comes back out that far side for Diggers. They'll come looking to come back down the wing there. They'll find a mark on the far side again. They'll centre the ball there, looking for number, 21 there, Patopoli and Lawton. He'll look for a mark, can't find it. Second chance is running on. Kick over the shoulder. There's an attempt on the line. And it's only a minor score, I think. And they're trading minor scores here with the deficit still down to 4 points, if I'm correct. I think I got 4-4 there, so it's 5-4 there. 47 to 58 in favour.
58, I think that's right.
Yep, in favour there of Macedon.
24-minute mark of this quarter.
Back into the middle or to the side there. Sorry about the delay there. Got to the forward flank there for Diggers. It's over near the boundary line, so they'll look to bring that back in. This quarter coming to it's near its end here, and it's certainly looking good for Macedon.
It is. Macedon have done okay this quarter. They'll be pretty happy with the result. What a nice score that last one was. The ball out of bounds, thrown up now, and the Rucks have done nothing. The ball's gone to the ground at scrimmage, and the umpire will come in and throw it up again, Matt.
Yes, it's a chance here for Diggers to get a late reprieve onto the scoreboard. The umpire here, they're still pushing going in there a lot there. They push off there. No one wins that ruck. It hits the ground, but Macedon get out of it quickly. A chance to control the ball there. Macedon player came to a stop, tried to tackle to assist there, but that was a wing to Diggers there. They nullified that too, so trying to work out who that player was, but that was good football.
Came over the back, pushed it away, did well.
Yeah, he really wanted the ball more than the Macedon player. So a ball in, David, on the far side.
It is half-back flank almost towards the centre wing, perhaps on the southern side of the ground. Another group of players jump on it. It's gone to the ground. They're trying to get it out, can't get it out, does get it out, and the umpire says, well, you're too late. I'm going to throw it up again. They
can't defend. There it is, that siren there, folks. At the end of a quarter where the result goes against the grain of what we've seen traditionally here today, 7-5-47 for Diggers Rest. The Borough dropping behind against Macedon, 9-4-58. An 11-point lead and more goals scored up. That non-scoring end in this quarter, David.
That was a pretty good result for Macedon. And do you notice something, Matt? The swirl that came during that quarter seems to be unswirled now. The wind has slowed down a little, and it might not be as strong in this last quarter.
Some of your weather forecasts here are absolutely fantastic,
They're
David.
meteorologically superior, aren't they?
They are. The weather comes from the direction that the weather comes from, and unswirling swirls, David.
Well, I don't mind a climatological piece of applause. I've had that before. And it was me that invented the chronographers, of course, in the commentary box.
You did indeed. I did indeed.
So, this tight contest, and now we see the crowd swirling onto the ground.
They've all unswirled themselves. Folks, if you can't see this, if you're not watching the live stream, both teams, of course, at three-quarter time have made their way back for this. Wow, it's a essentially important huddle for both teams. Macedon bucked the trend. They've taken the lead and they've wrestled back a chance here to play for a game that will potentially get them into the grand final. Diggers Rest, well, maybe they've missed an opportunity. That end there that they were going for was a scoring end. But you could say you could score now at the other end. So maybe they can unswirl their attempts and win back that last quarter.
I'd say that quarter was a terrific contest.
It was.
Both sides gave it everything, and there were opportunities for each of them to get a break. But, Matt, these players that are now in the middle of these big huddles, as you call them, on the ground out there, what would they be thinking, each of these teams, at this final quarter for one of these teams for 2022?
This is a really good point you make, David. This isn't a one-off game. This is a campaign that's come off the back of a long home and away season. There will be coaches there who'll be saying that the opposition are going to steal away their hopes. They're going to steal away what they deserve. They'll try any psychological chance to get them to build up to do what they want to do. But then they'll also be saying, do what you've been doing, Macedon and Diggers. Maybe do something new or do it with more vigour. I'm not quite sure, but they've got to get them to get themselves on the scoreboard if the Borough want to bounce back.
Well, I wonder if perhaps a relocation of a couple of their really good players would help Diggers. I don't really know enough about them. I don't watch them every week, but a bloke like Jensen, he's a key playmaker.
You always wonder, would he be good in a centre-half forward position?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Where his skills could get brought into the game more.
Perhaps, a bit like Corey Greenlay yesterday, where he demonstrated his capacity
on the wing
by being moved.
Yeah. I think you're right, David. I think take advantage of those skills.
Well, I don't know, Matt. When I was coaching, I learnt pretty early that if you're not winning, then you've got to do something different.
Yeah.
And the Diggers might be in that situation. Are they good enough to pull out of it? Yes, they are. They're good enough to win. And can Macedon hang on? Because there's a bit of courage required. Look at the mob around the Macedon boys.
Indeed. Macedon can't afford to get into try and defend an 11-point lead.
You can't defend your way to a win.
No, you've got to be able to win this game. Every score Macedon get, it's a score that Diggers have to get and more. But the fact of the matter, folks, is that there's a battle of full forwards here. The master chef, Cook, 4 goals and has been a pivotal target. The great I'm calling him George Jensen, the Jensen up forward for Diggers, 4 goals. So you've really got a tale of 2 forwards here who are dominating, who are both very confident to have a shot at goal.
And they're not key high marking people. They are people that make position and use their intelligence.
These guys I'd almost call twins. They've both had shots at goals from set shots. They've both had goals from roving the pack and making goals out of nothing. They're very similar style players in my book.
What I didn't like that time was I thought the Diggers displayed a bit of lack of poise, if you like, by going for that kicking it across the ground, short kicks backwards and all that sort of stuff, when the ball is much better being on your forward line.
I agree with you, David. You want to keep the ball in your possession, but when you go backwards across the goals twice, you're tempting fate for a mistake to be made.
On one occasion, mate, they had 6 possessions and it ended up back where it started.
35 seconds later from where it was. I agree with you here too. Folks, if you're not seeing the footage or the view, Diggers Rest, they've left their huddle, they've made their way back out. It seems the words from Macedon need to be rung in a little bit longer, and finally the crowds now start to separate and make their way off the ground. This is like a mini final. It's like the last.
It's not a mini final. This is a final.
This quarter is like a final within a final, I should say.
Yeah.
It's 3 quarters that mattered little now. The scores are pretty close, and it's just come down to this last hurrah. It's the last round of a 12-round title fight.
You mean like a swirling quarter?
A swirling quarter, and this was the chance for whoever has got the goods to make it this quarter, David. So it's going to be tight.
The Red Onion superior cameraman here, Cameron, is getting very excited about this match.
We have to settle him down there. We've got the defibrillator in case he has a bit of an accident, but he is getting a little bit tense, David.
And that defibrillator is a young lady. Oh, no, that's not a defibrillator, is it?
That's a fibrillator.
Okay, thank you for that. This final quarter is nearly ready to go, mate. And what an exciting time for the 22 players in each of these teams to be confronting.
Last people getting off the ground now. The umpire's making sure it's clear. He's waiting for his goal umpires to give him the signal, and everyone is up against the posts in the banners around the ground, folk. They're really keen to watch this one play itself out. And we're up for David as the players jostle in the middle, and we wait for the siren for what potentially, it's getting a little bit physical in there.
It is. There's going to be a free kick if they're not
careful. And you don't want to give one away at this part of the game.
That's Sims that's involved in that, and the umpire is, I think the umpire is saying, don't do that if you don't mind.
Yep, he's waiting for something on the far side there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of the siren's gone, but he won't ball it up until he's clear.
You see what I was saying about the sun, mate?
Yep, the sun, you're right there. That's going down towards that end to the right of us here. There's a second attempt now at the siren, and away we go, David.
Here it is, ruck throw up into the final quarter, and good knock away by the Borough ruckman, went to the ground though, and good hard tackle. They've jumped on each other with vigour, and anybody could have got a free kick in there, but the umpire has said, I'm going to throw it up again. That
was McMahon there, whose head went for a bit of a thump on the ground. I hope he's okay. He seems to be all right.
Well, the ground is hard too, and this Borough ruckman's doing okay. Took it out of the pack, kicked it on the run, and kicked it up to the centre half back, and that's a mark taken out in front. So where the Macedon Cats have got the ball at centre half back. I don't know where that player is, Matt, but you may know him.
He's come out wide here.
It's kicked out into the half back flank, and that's 14. That's a good looking mark. That's Hoyne. He's a really good player, this fellow.
For a small guy, he's got a strong mark, hasn't he?
He is. He's only a small man, but he's a very good, intelligent thinker. So on the mark is Delahaye. Ball's kicked 50 metres or so, and gone over the back of the pack. I can't see what's happening there, Matt.
Oh, there's a quick and hard tackle on 29 there too. That's McMahon's second tackle he's got. That one was too high. It's been roughhoused a little bit now. He'll look to go wide here.
And
looking for a possible mark. There's one there too, right behind for 15 there. That's Dick there. He has the ball looking up the ground. Kick. It's not long or short, halfway between, but he finds the target.
That's Freak.
And that's Freak there, who now quickly spins and turns, putting to the top of the square. Can't be out the back now. There's a chance the ball's handballed off. It's a poor handball.
Direct too.
Direct. It goes out wide, and now the Macedon team double back on themselves, and they're not careful. They'll get it out wide. They'll keep possession. Kicking down the wing now. Can't find anybody. And the boundary line's the only winner. No, it's out on the full.
Out on the full.
And there's a chance here for Diggers, once they get the ball back from somewhere down in the Lake District, to bring it back into the game, David.
Our car is over there. I hope it hasn't hit my car, Matt. The half-back flank, and as you point out astutely, they are waiting for the player for the Borough to come back with a footy. He's now got it. He went under the fence to get it himself. That's a nice-looking kick, about 40 or 50 metres, and that's nearly a marker.
That's
push
a push in the back.
And that's a fair dink and push in the back. I reckon he did push
that's
him.
Mills, David.
Yes, the Mills brothers.
Yep, so he was in the air when he got pushed. You could tell he lost that momentum.
Yep, well, it was a free kick in my opinion, so I'm quite happy for him to have this shot at goal. That's about 45 metres, right up against the boundary line. In fact, a tight angle in front of the crowd in the canteen. There's a nice looking kick. It's a right footer, and it's gone straight through to the goal.
Well, surprise goal kicker there, Mills. A second option now there for Diggers. They move themselves on to 53. It's only a 5-point game now, David, in favour of Macedon.
And that's only at the 2 minute and 49 second mark of the last quarter, so the game is really on, Matt.
And goals being scored at the non-scoring end. It's almost even now for the amount of goals scored either way. So
I think honestly the wind has changed a little bit.
I think it's unswirled. I got a text from Jane. She said it's unswirled, David.
Unswirled, and no passing fronts.
No passing fronts.
So there it is. It's back in the centre. 3 minute mark, and the guys now are just wondering what they can do to get the superior position. The ruck Dyer got it away that time, went to the ground, picked up, thrown away. The Borough got it again, left foot kick down towards half forward, going towards the boundary line. The Macedon lad's in front, but he's outbeaten that time. Wow. He was beaten. and that's 14 has got it and missed the goal. But what a nice hand pass by Lobb. That was hand passed it to him.
Yep.
So the coach has got it across and a nice running kick, but missed the scoring opportunity. Number 13 has had a go, and that's a free kick. Surely that was Sims, and he dropped it anyway.
Lobbs dropped it there too. So a bit of a reprieve there for Macedon. They look to come out of this back pocket. They're under an onslaught here. Their lead now is only 4 points. A quick kick. There's a whistle blown though.
Right.
That's right. He'll have that one now to probably bomb it longer and get it out of that defensive 50. But it'll go to a contest. Here it goes. Up there, the big men fly. No one can hold it. It's read better by Diggers. The handballs are ferocious. The tackles even more so. A quick kick coming out now, and in between, in between two of the Diggers players, he's got the ball out now, back down towards his forward line or the forward flank area. Up they go. No one can hold it. A kick over the top. It's wayward and goes wide to out of bounds on the full. That was Kernan. Was a messy kick there on his right foot. And now the Diggers will get a chance to bounce back there with Knox on the mark.
Do you know Reprise was a record label owned by Frank Sinatra? Is that what you were talking about earlier?
It was a coach of Fitzroy as well.
Oh, is that right? There it goes. Well, it will go there eventually. The boundary umpire is taking his time on
backwards,
this occasion.
David.
Oh, no, there's a kick. They've gone babackwards.
Yep.
I don't like it, do you?
No, well, it's gone somewhere.
Well, he's now right in the teeth of goal almost, isn't he? And he's kicked it 30, 40 metres out into the back pocket and to a contest, and the ball's knocked away. No win.
And there's a bit of an argy-bargy there. Faces pushing off against each other on both teams. Probably a strategic win there by Macedon. They now got it locked inside their 50 on the far side, right in front of the scoreboard here. The boundary umpire turns his back to make sure the rucks are ready. He bends his back and then sends it spinning back in. The ruck's there. Knox is in there too. Knocks it away down to the ground there. Wright tried to pick it up there, but he was wrapped up quickly and couldn't go anywhere, David.
So the next score would be worth about the equivalent of 6 normal scores.
I think so. The next goal is going to be worth gold.
It is indeed. Ruck contest, and no real winner there. It's gone out the back of the pack. They've kicked it towards the goal.
Nope. Out of bounds on the full? I think so. Yep, out of bounds on the full. So it was a wayward kick.
What a waste.
And the chance now for Diggers to get out, but that wall of defence is strong. No one's making many leads. The kick is high, almost hospital-like. In they come, bang, no one can hold it. Quick pick up there by Diggers, and the tackles are even faster. The tackles are so quick here, folks, no one's got time to really move the ball, so there's no free kicks given for them, and it nullifies anything of an effect. The ball up now, in the back flank there for Diggers, knocked back down there by Macedon's ruckman, and wrapped up again. Just to repeat what I was saying, it's not much chance to get a free movement of the ball, David, and get it to anyone going by.
Scrimmage after scrimmage, but as soon as somebody breaks loose, we'll see some running. There it is, a ruck contest out the back. Barra got it away. Did they get it away? No, picked up and handballed out the back. Oh, scrimmage again.
That was bagging there.
They got it. Put his head down, and that's not a free kick for around the neck, and very lucky not to be penalised for holding the ball.
He got tackled by 3 men. I didn't think it was possible to get that many people tackling you, but he did. Bags in there, trying to make trouble for Macedon. Tap out of the back there by Diggers Ruckman. That was a great effort. Looking out there on the far side there, I think that was number 37 in Collins there trying to control it, but the only winner now is the boundary line.
So it is scrimmage after scrimmage at the moment, and it's tight going and physical work.
Only 4 points of difference here, folks, in favour of Macedon.
And boundary throw in. There it is, nice throw in too. Rucks set themselves, gone over the back too far. And there's Macedon got the footy and tackled. And I don't know about that.
Yeah, holding the ball there.
Well,
he didn't see it coming in.
Is that as good as any of the others? I don't know. But the Borough have got it. They're going towards the boundary line now. And that's a running mark on the other side of the ground. Probably Freeth, I think.
I think it is.
So I can't see that one, but it's another mark. They've still got possession of the footy, the Borough. So they're trying to get themselves into a scoring zone. Taking his time. There it is. It's a nice kick. A high kick, by the way. You wouldn't want to be under it. Pushed out the front. They've got possession of the footy. I think that's Freeth, and there's a runner. He's got the footy put back inboard, and that's a lovely little kick. That is a lovely little kick. Good, intelligent play. Spotted him with the lateral vision, and picked him out. He's only about 40 metres from goal.
And that's number 9. That's, I think,
Lob.
that's Lob. That's the captain coach. Now, if ever there's a chance for a captain coach to step up and do something, he can wrestle back to lead for Diggers here. That's how important this kick is.
Why hasn't he got his mask on?
There's
He must have stopped bleeding.
2 at the back here now for Macedon, right on the goal line. The distance may challenge him a little bit, but David, here he goes.
He's a chance.
Kick comes through. It's high. He's got the distance.
No worries.
And he's got it. And the lead changes again.
Well, it's a very important goal, and that's the 9-minute mark of the final quarter, and it's put the Borough 2 points to the advantage.
Yep.
And that's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and the Macedon lads would be a bit disturbed by that event.
It's right now every team is looking for any kind of advantage they can get. Can Macedon bounce back here? Or
the boundary umpire nearly hit the runner.
He did. Or can Diggers put on a second and start to play those psychological games? Any hands on hips? Not yet. Everyone knows everyone's still in the game.
I'd be going for the doctor.
9 minutes, 30 gone. Everyone looking at both ends of the ground. The umpire, he's waiting for players to get back into position.
And what are they doing? They're running and hopping and changing.
There's a degree of confusion going on out there, and finally up it goes in the middle there. Dyer jumps, doesn't win that one. It goes there to the Diggers ruckman. Comes out the back though. More Diggers players. They go back forward, and a mark there, number 20. That's Walker. Defensive line, excellent. He's going to look to go wide, the scenic direction.
Goodness.
Short kick over the top, bang, finds a target. Now at back flank there is Macedon, looking to go forward, looking for options there. 15 leads there to it.
Terrible work. Terrible.
There now. He's backed himself. He's turned it round 3 times, Diggers. He's got it back there. That's to Jensen. He's looking for a target, can't find him. There's a kick over the shoulder. It rolls towards the line. And it's touched through for a minor score, so it's now down to a 3-point game. Wow. That was a captain courageous effort there by Lob.
Was he lucky to not to get a free kick for deliberately pushing it through?
Yeah, I don't know. He had a player right on him, though, so it was probably not deliberate.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, it was, but...
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Yeah, Dyer, again, way too early with his jumps. Yeah. And here's number 20. No, it's going to go back now to 21 here, David. That's Lawton.
And that's a poor piece of work by Dyer. Jumped way too early. Ball in the scoring zone and punched through for 1 point again. But that's an important point in a way, because that's 6 points lead now. That's at least one scoring shot they got to make. Yeah,
I'm just wondering why the scoreboard here is going to catch up. I think we've got 58 to 64 on my math.
Yeah, well,
we're waiting to see what that is there too. So we'll see if we've got it right. We want to make sure we're not inaccurate here, folks. No, they're saying 62.
62.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, dingoes.
So it's only a 4-point game. Big kick coming out of defence, comes right down to the wing here, but it's Diggers who get it back, and they go wide. The mark can't be taken there. That's number 8 there in Jensen, in Karuna. He centres it right to the top of the square, and a shot over the shoulder, and it's too long. Now we're back down to a 5-point game, 9-9-63 by my math.
Good kick, sir. It's gone about 60 metres, and they've marked to the Macedon Cats, and that's kicked into the middle of the ground. Oh, that's a free kick anyway.
Wow.
That's number 11, Mills. The Mills brothers kicked it into the middle again. There's another player standing on his own. That's pretty ordinary work by the Diggers. And kicked into the half-forward flank, and it's going towards the boundary line. I don't think he'll try to get it.
Now the concern here, David, for Diggers is that the lead right now is 5 points.
5 points.
And this is the kind of game that makes you nervous, because a goal here by Macedon at the 12.5-minute mark would put them 1 point up.
Yes, it would. It's a very handy piece of information for the Macedon lads, eh? So ball thrown in, a good throw in too, and double-handed punch to the front of the pack by Egan. Gone down towards the boundary line again, and they're quite happy to see it over the line.
Probably picked up about 5 metres there, Macedon, moving slowly around towards just inside their attacking 50. So a chance here now, definitely a shot from a rover here would make the distance.
Would indeed. The ruck setting themselves, Egan is there. Big effort, got it to the ground, went to the back. Have they got the footy? No. Is that a free kick? Is that a free kick?
It's directly in front, David.
Well, that's a
very ordinary thing. Who that is?
He's got a haircut that's very unusual.
Now, if it's the same one,
No, it's
number 9.
It's Cook.
It's Cook.
It's Cook.
The Master Chef always goes back with his back to the goals because that's how confident he is.
Ali did the bit of grouse in the air there. There's another one. He's waving to himself.
The unswirled has now re-swirled. There's a little bit of wind coming through. If Cook gets this, it puts Macedon back in front by a point.
Well, he's within the scoring zone, and he's a goal kicker, a noted goal kicker. Can he make the distance and everything? He has indeed. He's done the right thing, and he's an influential player. That's a goal to the Macedon Cats, and they've gone back into the lead.
That's 9 goals, 9-63 to 6 goals, 4-64. A single point here to the Macedon Cats. Again, there's quick changes going off. Egan's coming off quickly. He's going to be replaced in here by Kroll. Kroll comes on into the centre. Known backman now doing rucking work.
Well, without Egan in the ruck, he's been on the back line most of that quarter. This ruckman has done really well for them.
Yep, so as a smart change here, as we look now into the 14.5-minute mark, the umpire waiting for something to change now, and he's ready to bring the ball back in, David.
There he is, the ruck throw up. It's a high throw, and Dyer got that one away, got the left hand to it, went out of the pack, and that's a hand pass down towards the centre half forward spot, but the defenders are in the van there. Kicked it out onto the centre wing on the other side of the ground. That's a mark, a nice catch too out in front of him. He's not wasting any time now because they're behind, and they've kicked it up into the forward line. The defence come out. Oh, that's a free kick, surely to goodness.
Too high.
It's a free kick to
but it's
free kick to the Burrow, and that was a legitimate free kick.
He's a long way out though, David. He'll be kicking from about 45, and the fact that he's just done a little double take to see if he can do a pass there says to me that he's not overly confident with the distance.
Well, yes, he's a good 50 metres, I reckon, mate, at least. And he's given it a go, hasn't he? That's a long kick. That's a long kick, folks. How do you like that? How do you like that, he said. Because that is a goal.
Now, if you can tell by the sound, folks, Diggers have regained the lead there, and there's obviously a high number of Diggers supporters here. The horns are beeping, and the crowd are cheering. And that puts it 10-9-69 to 10-4-64, a 5-point lead to the Borough.
And that's 5 scoring shots, by the way, notwithstanding 1 or 2 of them have been run through, haven't they?
True.
But back in the centre of the ground now in this seesawing event, a great finals match.
Couldn't ask for much more, could we?
Worth being here, and it's worth the money to get in. Here they go for the ruck contest. I like the way this ruckman from the Borough has done it in this last quarter. And can he do it again? Dyer got the last one, of course. Jumped high this time, got it away, Dyer. Pushed it down with the right hand, but the jump on everybody, and the umpire's going to throw it up again.
The second throw up brings in everyone from the outside square, and now Dyer jumps up again, can't get to it. He does a second effort, no, but Diggers come out of nowhere. They go inside, they're attacking 50, looking for a mark, and they've held it.
That's a mark. And a good mark too, by the way, jumping forward and losing his balance in the end.
I've got a funny feeling with that hand notion like he regularly does there, saying I'm going for shot. That says to me that's Jensen. It is Jensen, the goal kicker. He's looking for number 5. And this would give it a 11-point lead to the Borough if he can get this through, David.
Yes, well, that is an easy kick, Primo, I would have thought. Number 7, the champion for the Diggers. And that's what he is.
He knew that before he kicked it. He turned there with a great churn to the crowd to say, I've got this. And it pushes that lead out for Diggers out to an 11-point lead. 11-9-75 to 10-4-64. If anything needs to happen for Macedon, it needs to happen now at the 17.5-minute mark.
If the Diggers win, they ought to carry Jensen off head high.
He's stepped up in this, and he's backed himself with confidence.
He's been the difference in the sides in reality. But they're contesting well in the centre of the ground now, and there was no Macedon defender on that side of the pack to stop the run through.
Some of the players have run out of gas for Macedon. They're slowing down. Back in the middle now. Up it goes. Change of ruckman. Win there. It's number 36 and Delaney. I think it was Delahaye. A quick handball out. It goes inside the 50. There's a chance here if Macedon have got control. They handball it out. Looking for Knox. Can't find it. And now Diggers running back out down that far wing. Looking for support.
Push him in
There's
the back.
a push in the back there. Advantage paid. Now Diggers move back down down. This is the nail in the coffin if they can get this.
Got it.
Bang! Hits Mills on the chest. He's a long way out, but he will milk the clock.
He'll kick that distance, mate. He's a good kick.
He will kick it. It is a tough angle, though. This is a tight one. He's got one from here before. He puts this through. It goes to 17 points, and you'd have to say that the road back for Macedon will probably be too long, too hard at the 18.5-minute mark.
18.5 minutes. This is a very, very important kick. There it goes. He's made the distance easily, but it's not a score. In fact,
he missed completely.
It's out of bounds on the full. And that's trying too hard, isn't it?
It is. He's trying to put too much into that one, and it's gone right off the boot. I've said it before. If Macedon are going to do it, they have to do it now. This needs to go to end and be a clean goal.
Yes, there it goes. The defence has got it. Pushed it around to the half-back flank, and that's only a defensive kick. It's not an attacking kick. And it's gone over the line and out of bounds. Diggers
have done a smart move here. They've filled the corridor and pushed everything out wide, forcing Macedon to take the scenic route, which takes longer and chews up the clock. So the boundary now will bring it back in. In it comes. The ruckman, jump for it, tap back down to Diggers. Better reading there. Smaller men trying to get it. That's number 2 there in Cicero there. A quick back down kick now. Chance for, but that's a great mark in defence there for Diggers. They'll come out wide here, looking for number 27 there in Hine. Not seen much of him today. He'll kick wide, keeping possession. Smart move. Finds number 60 there is in Tenaglia. He'll then short kick inside the 50. Hob lobs there is hunting for it. Can't hold it. Comes off the fingers and goes out of bounds for a throw-in just inside the attacking 50 for Diggers.
It looks like the Diggers have got the intelligence to hang on now, I think. Can Macedon do something out of the ordinary? There's a boundary throw-in gone to the front of the pack down on the ground. The Diggers have got it again and pushed out into the half-forward flank. Half-forward line.
Oh, lob tackle without the ball.
He's got the footy in his hands and he's kicked the goal. That's all over.
That's a nail, folks. That's a nail in the coffin.
That's all over.
That'll wrap things up here at potentially a 20-minute and a half. And for here, Macedon to come back, they'll need 3 goals directly in a row, which is unlikely for the way the ball's been moving.
That was Laurie kicked that goal. And it was good work to get it out to him. And there's a rather unsavoury situation here with a young man from Macedon injured and out of breath by the look of it. And he's being taken from the ground. But he's walking, and that's good news.
Macedon looking down the barrel here, unless it's a longer quarter with a extra goal scored. They need them now quickly.
Well, I think it's all over, Red Raver. 21 minutes
whistle
gone.
Blown there, square infringement. It looks like it's a free kick now to Diggers, so they'll get a chance to go forward and just close this one out if they can keep possession.
Well, he's taking his time as well, he might, and that's my advice to him too. And he fell over. That's bad luck. That's very unfortunate. Cook got it out. It's the Macedon Cats have got it, and a nice little kick, but who's got it and pushed him in the face?
That's Tyquin. Tyquin's got it. He's going to go back. Look at him. He's doing the smart thing. This is the brains here. Takes his time. Wastes 10 seconds. Kicks it long. Deep inside the 50. The marks go up. Out the back there. Lobs hunting. So's Laurie. They can't control it. They're brought down.
He went for the boundary. And
they'll have a boundary, and he'll again milk the clock again. That's the knowledge of experience coming into the game there too.
17 points the difference, and only a few minutes left to play. We're in the final stanza, and it looks like it's unfortunate for Macedon. That's a good jump by the ruckman for the Macedon, but gone to the front of the pack now, on the ground. That could have been a push in a mooch, but the umpire says I'm throwing it up now, and that's only about 10 metres in from the boundary, about 50 metres from goal.
Tick-tock the clock. It's all in favour here of Diggers. They'll look now to probably keep this one locked in here in the contest. Tap back down. Macedon get it out. They kick without looking down the ground. No one can hold it to the boundary, and that's to the benefit of the Borough. Although tension's flaring, a little bit upset now, and this happens now when the pressure starts to build.
Don't get rubbed out now, for goodness sake, anybody.
You don't want to lose a chance to play. Out goes the boundary line, not thrown back in now. Chance to pick it up there. Borough's got themselves extra energy. It's now Macedon who run quickly, go down the ground. It's a hope beyond hope, and the mark there can't. It's held. That's a Bendigo Bank saver of the day if I've seen one. And Diggers rest there, 27 there. That was Hind, who kicks it backwards and wide, finding 33 there in Taylor. Down the ground, looking for support. Out wide there, can't be held now, but there's extra Diggers players, and they're running down the wing now with confidence. In the middle of the ground it goes. Again, second efforts there by Fogarty. Comes wide, finds a mark there for number 29 there in McMahon. He kicks wide, looking for a target, finds it. That's number 8 there in Karuna. He now looks down the ground. He's just outside the 50. He'll want to get it clean. He does a short pass there, finding Egan, the big ruckman.
Oh,
he'll go back. He'll go back and he'll take an hour if he wants to, and a day. He handballs off quickly, finding 9. They're there for the captain, and Lob centres it, and that's smart captain coach football.
And he's indicating to him he thinks he should have a shot even though he's 60 metres from goal. And I agree with that. And Lob is now retiring to the armchair.
Lob's come off. He's done what he's done. Wallace has kicked wide rather than having a shot to milk the clock further. Lob's efforts there, smart, as the ball goes wide again and allows Diggers to keep the ball and milk the clock for another 10 seconds. Here we go. They're even going backwards now.
It doesn't matter now.
Macedon needs to man up, but they haven't got the energy to cover every player.
It doesn't matter anymore. It's 24-minute mark, and they just need to keep possession of the footy.
Yep.
And that's all they're doing. And they're just hanging on to it, and that's quite legitimate in the circumstances. That's about a 40 or 50-metre kick. It's gone around the wing, and they're marked and kicked out the back. Burrows has still got possession of the footy, and he's kicked it for the boundary line, and quite sensibly it's gone over.
Rollinson saw that one go across the line. He was happy to let that go. There's no reason to rush for it. Another boundary throw in, just tick-tock on the clock. It's almost 25 minutes gone. There's caught a lot of goals scored, though, but we can't see much more than a minute or two left in it.
It's all over, mate. All over Red Rover, and there's a good ruck contest. Gone to the front of the pack again. It's going towards the boundary line. Can the Barra get it out? They got possession of the footy. Good chase. The Macedon Cats took it around the outer side of the ground.
And there you go, folks. That's it, David. At the end of the season for Macedon Cats, they put in a great effort there, but Diggers stronger, in particularly that last quarter.
Well, 17 points is not a true indication of the game, I reckon. What's going on with this umpire? What's happening? He's running down towards the goal umpire. He's going to get the footy, has he?
Yeah, I think that lost one they had from further, he's trying to find it, as you said. Yes. $200 is a lot of money for a football.
Well, I've never seen that happen before, but that's the way it goes. So the umpires have done a pretty good job. They are a fairly satisfactory group of umpires in the RDNFL. I've been impressed with the finals umpiring.
The consistency there, isn't there, David?
Beg your pardon?
Consistency in their calls today.
They've been pretty good, mate.
Yep.
They've had a nice mentality on the game, I thought. As I often say about umpiring, it's about keeping the sense of the game in mind and the spirit of the game, and they've done that today. And congratulations to the Cats. I think they gave it everything they had, and that was as much as they had.
Look, they wrestled back a deficit from the first quarter. They got themselves in front. They got themselves a lead that you almost thought might be insurmountable. But then everything changed from that goal-scoring end down to the right. Both teams started scoring up the other end, and the game changed completely. But credit to the Diggers. When it got down to that tough point, their skills were sharper, they were cleaner with the ball, and they came out today's victors.
And if you don't mind me saying so, they had Jensen playing for them.
Look, Jensen and Cook, it was a battle of those two forwards there, but ultimately Jensen probably came out the winner. They both had 5 goals. I don't know what it is about the swagger of the full forwards on both these teams. It's impressive, they're confident, but it was a great game to see.
Could I just say that because they're not really full forwards. They are around the ground players who happen to get their goals. You know, I mean, I'm not putting you down for saying that, man. I'm just saying they've got a wider potential in playing full forward, haven't they?
They're not that traditional old school massive full forward who only runs in one direction and that's it. Not Tony Lockett-esque, but they're more utility-like. They can do almost everything.
That's the right word.
They got goals, both of them, by roving.
They are ultimate utility players, and they can mark the footy too. So there we are, Matt. What a great day it would end. I think the crowd have enjoyed it. They should have enjoyed it. Both teams gave everything. Macedon were outstanding in defeat. and Borough deserve to win, and they will be playing Wallen next week at the Macedon Oval.
So Diggers make their way to Wallen. Wallen will have done their homework. If they're not, they'll be doing it now by looking back at this coverage by the Red Onion guys here on the Facebook page to try and pick apart what makes the Diggers so good at what they do.
So that's it, folks. The first semi-final. Thanks to Cameron from Red Onion, and thanks to Red Onion for supplying the video today. OKR, of course, the voice of the region on radio. We hope you'll be listening through the week to our great programs, and we won't be at Macedon next Saturday, but we will be at the grand final a week after at Romsey.
Indeed.
So that's it for us from Wood End. It's been a lovely day out here, Matt. I've really enjoyed it, haven't you?
It's been fantastic. Again, the Red Onion guys, they're set up here, and the help from the Wood End guys here to help set up our pavilion area. Nothing but professional. It's great to have them on board.
And the Bendigo Bank, the sponsor of the RDNFL, and also a sponsor of OKR. So we thank them for their involvement as well.
Indeed.
And a good round of applause to the players coming off there, and that's well deserved. And a great crowd here. I really think the RDNFL have had a winner today.
I have. Look, it's been great across the board. It's the perfect sign of why football's so healthy in the region.
So it's good afternoon from me.
And it's good afternoon from him.